He's there. Professor Dr. Mwasam Kwana Mishai is there. Dr. Professor Emeritus Kitwabiana Miredi, he's there. Nana Kuntumpo the first, he's there. You know, Evangelist, Bishop, Asori Sikakwana Miria, they are there. You know, they don't do nothing for you. We have no water, we have no light. Look, a small road they're building, they can't do it. From Accra to Kumasi should be a 4-lane highway. And I'll build it, because I know how to build it.
Unity Radio, the voice of the people.
I say, Juman Assam Nayaka, New Patriotic Party, programs are ye dear Guhono, a bedu baby no, ye back crank or fourth yaman on no mother ye Juma or Ghana.
Unity Radio. You know, we know radio.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Speaker.
Your powers have not reached that.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with you.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Resume your seat.
I will. Take this on board. Don't relax it. Don't relax the rules.
You don't lead Parliament. You lead the business of the House. As to the role of the Speaker, you haven't reached there yet. When you get there, you do so.
A majority leader is a leader of the House.
I stated it.
Thank you very much.
I stated it. But you are not the leader of the Speaker. At least I have a position in Ghana. Number 3.
Your number 3 is not in government.
No, I didn't say in government. I said in the country. That is what is your position in the country?
Bravo nekan yo say ensem Paulo mo na frana ku upe ensem eko twiko bata atie dia ene unia tie Unity Radio Worcester United States of America
in the MPP say obi free ha ana obi free ha
say MPP for the movie you know the sana madam pro I can brass so say mama not na
obi anyu so say
that is allegation against him
mo kasa akra na say mo anfa ni dia ma party yen kan kro 1998 2008
right.
Dr. Bawumia no onye member of the party. In fact, on the party na the year because then General Secretary ohini to me cry the boy me charge say mama waiver me cry na me boa party for o man waiver because constitution it say who need 5 years of party no you cannot be on the ticket but a bua na a former president candidate Akufo-Addo I was there me call national council meeting on just be me ni ho
see
President Kufuor was the president. Into another nomination by kasa kakra. Say into nipa bebre party won bia. Yes there be una we candidate. Nipa open you be respect. Into General Secretary ma waiver. What is obi the born ko eduda. That was the biggest waiver in na me waiver me dey boan crofo. Omo ehun a kire say boy o tachi man atunsu egu asidegu no so oni sika ntime say o ene mentua wa bre for party eno kra de bo me ko adu so ho enti obi ka say ye use obi adampo na mentia say straight from say unye member of the party near my card straight to number 2 hey I say I dey am now vice president of the republic is a big position as a we now and do political career like that so then yango pass
you don't have to seek a step further.
Minkasa, but fa any day, any nase, emenyame. So what do I could do, baby? Kese pa we are from nowhere. From nowhere.
2008, and now when you remember, as you see,
yes.
I saw you 5 years and son any big position.
That's the amount. So them show. And it's a party na no edinisa put your constitution. I'm a general secretary. Aye card amount. Aye waiver amount. You know what
Masa enyo ho boga yo ho Ghana sanse kuntunhwa na chia na eko afisem ho hia papa ampa watena bro kirache de na eko so wunchi agira watia Unity Radio dia nka asase timi na da edam frama se yo Unity Radio killer bia dadi
ale ba ko membese mete kra ne se Akufo-Addo ba obedada Ghana fo onyakopo empengu Membasa meba bedada Ghana for da. Yenye here for Ghana. Yenye here for Ghana sise di o yansa. Ise bone na amala banisa. Ya de sise pa eba
sika wo memo ye ba be tu se sika no e ma apete aboye nyina
ya tinken sen osumpa yen adwuma yenya tiesi comedy babie Unity Radio.
I go to schools upon schools and I speak with the students, and when I finish speaking with them I'll say, do you have a question for me? No hand goes up. A hand is just to go up. In all my encounters in Ghanaian classrooms, we have tamed the children. We just want them to write down what we tell them. At the day of exams, they should put down what we have told them. We say, you are the best student the country has ever known. That kind of education system will not transform Ghana. That kind of education system is not going to give us critical thinking individuals, especially since we are in the 21st century and education 4.0, the fourth industrial revolution. You can't memorize your way out of poverty, but you can critically think and innovate out of poverty. So Ghanaian schools, Africans will have to begin to take a serious look at what I call the assertive curriculum. A curriculum that empowers the African child to ask questions and challenge the status quo respectfully within the African cultural context. But not a curriculum that tells the African child to be quiet and don't say anything when the adult is speaking.
Check it out, y'all. Unity Radio in the move. Worcester, United States of America. Unity Radio by Yawa.
Now, in all the figures that were mentioned as the valid vote cast and all those things, you were saying if the figures were correct, and that there were inconsistencies in the figures, I want to ask you, now, in your own calculation, what were the total valid votes cast in the presidential elections on 7 December 2020? In your own calculations.
My Lord, those calculations are reserved for a meeting for us to reconcile the figures, because the first respondent herself keeps changing the figures. And so it says, when you bring your...
Excuse me, just look at here. Help the court. You see, when you started giving evidence, you said you had all representatives across the 275 constituencies. You said you put agents to use the... Yes, and they were to, collect the figures. You said it. Then he's asking you that from that, what figure did you get? You.
My Lord, I haven't brought that figure to court.
Okay. Then, from your own calculations, what were the valid votes cast in favor of the petitioner, to your knowledge?
My Lord, when we discovered this discrepancy, it was difficult to even know which figures are.
You don't know. You just answer. You don't know.
I don't have them here.
Okay. Then the last one. What figures from your own calculations did the second respondent get as the total valid votes cast in his favor?
My Lord, I don't have those figures here.
Thank you. That's all.
Hey! Unity Radio. Edikanfo create.
In less than 4 years, this government has spent more money than the MPP did in 8 years. And yet, they have little to show for it. Secondly, this government has borrowed more money than all previous governments put together did in 52 years. I ask, as all of us must ask, Sikano ewahi. Sikano ewahi. Sikano ewahi.
Unity Radio and Kabomu ye. Yeni Unity Radio and Kabomu ye.
We are Bobo Sawari, will be in a TV trace or catch any pana was soon night to be company for no Quadron Mahama or catch and Sabani, the come near before Natoya.
So we are TV 3 kind. So, Mahama Nakacha and said, the come any before and a 2 year.
As I come and I do also catch and say, a come near before, so I don't know the come near before Bessa 20.
Can't tell and now do also back, that's why I'm really here. A come near before, no, the pump Mahama. In the pump.
That lumber here, a semiba America, USA, Minya baby and TSA Unity Radio.
Communication tax increasing. But your caller credit. But you also abandon the tax net that's abana atum.
Oh, and you are buying 1 year, who better kakra.
Before Enra.
Abaya, 1 year, who better kakra, yet to your home better kakra, who better. Come on, Pine and Pop. 1 year, who better kakra. You must send me a bien Ghana. A school for the was sent every square and net, or many of my. A bad in the Bible coach school, the Benny we are not certain in China. A Jumani ho. That's a tax when you say we are so. Then you are calling and I say, yeah, bye. A German, just saw him in person of them which you can't tell me on Germany. So to your matter, Casabon by me and call me person, man. Women so about them. I want to say, what's our many so about them anyhow? Omo rigi budget what will be a number many.
Unity Radio, a decanfo create ye.
Remember, someone means to win this one. They call Rupiam because I'm going to say, the Babette petrol, so who do also an petrol and a cosso. The Babette Yamaso, if some Bama Yafo, there's one brass of grad in Yafo, and then only cake once in the eye.
Where your Big Joe Fraser, y'all, meet say Unity Radio.
As you, Yaban, Omo Mochi or Mogalam say no, Oma Tuomu, Yabama Omo Amnesty, no more Saba. Ezu Yojidi say Emrebia omo fomie omo emu omo ho enti yebe yi omo na yama omo another chance.
Unity Radio edikanfo create ye
ya emobo wo Ghana etisika so omenya ohia mai nenam amamua enkoyi enti no come there.
Yani edamu who star bonten so obiatie Unity Radio.
This is why we got into the IMF. You were spending too much relative to revenues, which is true. You were borrowing too much, which is true. Your external payments position has deteriorated, which is true. And so you ended up, your growth is reducing, which is true. So you ended up at the IMF, and the IMF would impose certain conditions, which is true. And if you don't do certain things right, the anchor will not hold, which is true. So I'm not quite sure what it is that is not true that I said. But I think, unfortunately, the supporters of this government and this government itself are very reluctant to admit the truth, even when it hits them in the face. Yeah.
True. Thank you about that.
Yani edamu who star bonten so obiatie Unity Radio.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
Unity Radio edikanfo create ye
Nkwasiafo pa what Jimmy MPP for Jimmy me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
At Achinkwana na menum bremu ni. Adehye odi ahenkan kwam yebo a. Me na da. Sem wo US nko ade a. Eye Unity Radio. Ye tiara wu.
NGC for the Namgana. Samia me pe adwuma ama ya mranke ni amabawa no. Me ba be chanka na nzemu. Nukra bako eni mo kra. Enye nukra ne enye nukra ocha. Afro pese NGC for the
Who say man no day? Man day ankasa. Unity Radio. Yaba ne yaba. Ba yawa.
Me ba abeyi Yehowa for ma every school. Yehowa for ma. Yehowa for ntoaba. Na so ma na agi school free ni na fa. Ya ma wan kasa so na ya ba ya dwuma. Wa bra ye ntoaba. Enti me beyi amba na enyina free school mo na di aka no. Ma hwe wo free. E to so die mo no. I trust to be able to say, oh, my penny for a year bag when I'm saying you won't free. So, what I got to about now, where you do Sanko, be here free more and what a unity, oh, unity and Kabum Kwa.
The year the city has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. Essentially, we have arrested it. and the IGP has the key. She's locked it up. We've arrested.
Sungovodia. Me na daw. Ye de Ghana be piemu abrochire. Upensem a ekoso efisem a. Upensem a ekoso Ghana. Eni onua be bia obetia ni Unity Radio. Unity Radio ye kuramu se twe.
Elizato. Stupidity is when you have a beautiful wife and kids at home and still receiving insult from a small girl called your side chick. Elizato. Your wife will be naked, she won't look sexy to you. But ordinary bra of a strange girl, you'll be shouting wow wow like ambulance. Man, what's really the color of your problem? Elizato. It is only in Africa women respect men of God more than their husbands. Elizato. Sometimes your ex asks you money just to see if you are still in the same situation she left you in. Elizato. It is better to be a lonely lion than a popular sheep. Elizato. If your brother is so generous to your family after marriage, thank his wife. Elizato. The fact that all birds can fly does not mean that every bird have equal feathers. Elizato. Rumors are carried by enemies, spread by ignorant, and accepted by fools. Elizato. Never judge someone based on a season. One season, David was a shepherd. The next season, he was a king. One season, Ruth was working in the field. The next season, she was owning the same field. One season, Mordecai was sitting outside the king's palace. The next season, he was inside the palace. We serve God who turns things around. God of unmerited favor. Elizato. Being dumped by a broke man is like being discharged from the hospital. Elizato. If you want respect in life, make money. Nobody is interested in your age. Elizato. Every man thinks every woman's dream is to find the perfect man. Please. Every woman's dream is to eat without getting fat. Elizato. Whenever I see a snake on TV, I immediately switch the TV off. I hate things that reminds me of my ex. Elizato. My brother, hustle so that you wouldn't come and wait for your children to sleep before you touch your wife. Elizato. Dating a Jehovah's Witness is pure gold. No Valentine, no Christmas, no birthday. You will only buy hair, umbrella, and sandals. Elizato. Thank you very much, my brother. Elizato. Thank you very much, my brother.
Ebehuru bebre, ebehim bebre. Amanfo be tonton sansan. Nanso menka na da. Upe asenim kire mu dia. Eno ani Unity Radio.
Wow, stop. Masha, mo ba no ba se ma wo so ana mo fitu ana ma ba betena.
Oh, stop me ye dai. Asema na ba kan. So te mo dia.
Ma bia ma.
E bo bia ma. Also ma bo asema na ba kan. So David, ani mo so ye wa to.
Yo kan ko.
Ani me ko.
Wo po sham me show. Me show.
So e me tiam.
Wo de be tia de be mu. Wo de na tie ntia wo mo de mama.
E mo we ni mo de mama. Yo ye ni so tibi e bo mo. Ye ni so tibi e bo mo. Ko ti blo.
Mam eba na say
me ko toilet ne so bla ye toilet bia ne kurom ha say ana me se me kwa toilet ne so me bia na blaze su ne bia me koto pa ho no so be kan ha woni ye adan
sa toilet de bia ene mema okoto so na be ma sesuni mo toilet kropa say krokaka ka nyina toilet ene afan ya wo hoyi ma ne mema nyina ne toilet ba ko so me kutu ya na so abekoto me nchen ade nchen na yesa eta me ne ko sa toilet ko no
de je say me ko toilet so afo so de me e ba sa me so me nya dai o so me tranchen na me so me ne na mo ko tonje ono nu afusi ade ma ba toilet so me so me de me ba so toilet se ba ko be mi nyina mi ningum ho mi ni ningum za okwa to so ba no esinchen so ko te se abrim pia so ani
na se eduru bebe e me ma no mo hyeda e na mo hu se ma na ekwa na mo koso bi ana
dabi ebu ha o enza toilet se toilet bi kef du bu kef na oba ni so na to o so toilet de o ntimi ni ningum ho na o se de okwa ko dusu bi
obi a toilet de wo de de na wa de koso na se toilet ne do
toilet de me ko akwa ni e a o kef toilet de ye si bia ye bu de kef ni atare ntensi ndu bu kef na oba ne sisi we
na se mo kre mba ne habo
e ma ne hayai what is your toilet so ye ba ko pe e fa ni nkwankwa ne o ba ko no oba si so no me si so what is your ndi toilet de enwum nkwa de enyina enwum nya ni abom ko mi se besie aba na ntima besi bia ma enwum man ni sa
ana da ho no empanfo se enipa da sane hu donti ana boa kama di na chi kwa abeso na nyansanfuo se yensem pa na apese wutie dia ene e wusta bonte so ha onua ya sanse Unity Radio ho ana nsem no hwegu ane ye kanya yemwa se pimpim de he ase kire sen mumusu da ya ehyenitirim mumutirimu asem Unity Radio nkwa na enim Unity Radio ya jiba bia boso
asampa etia obanyansa foso obunuye wonka na asam te mafutu sam kakre wa asupeme yo kofi ya woman omani ya mama enyi baby ako wacha ya wareni wonso wanyinyi pa asade pa wo fe oye
Yabama obibia chi ama obibia akwaba
omano ebe ya na free mene o se anopa bi adu se ya Unity Radio ya mamuti Ghana musem ensema ya etwago ensema ya boboba ya mamuti ni nyina and some be na egu apon so say dey bro na no pay ewo anopa bosuo so ewo Unity Radio 103.9 yeah the weather report ebebo anopa yeah more sports update and so and anopa on the political landscape no and some ebe na etwaguo Chemesa Bonsu ni buofu Gabi Ochidako pa. What's Gabi Ochidako? What does it think he is? Gabi, also we parties why Gabi. Chemesa Bonsu no. And afa papa bi friend Mensa Thompson. What's your Kufado? The branch there's a go sack in the dad. I didn't tell you see now. O sack a branch no ka Charles Edubuahin. And and that and nas gamse economy and the basso na papa bi anon the dim dia akote Charles Edubuahin here the di kokopie mu na guy kokopie mu say Mr. Gideon Boako ye Kasama former vice president and then also had the several people to say omo ka say appearance fee say investor fee ba nti oba be hu ba mi appearance fee no wa ba ba cheche say same ni na mu afei and Foriata so adwa committee na ya TF for censorship no almost started say almost chance e ho na Foriata so ya catch and say ombra na almost to na no ho and as I say akoko piemu say Gabi Ochidako say ono na person okọ represent Ken Foriata adwa committee ho say bibia tumi ebetumi akoso kama afei omo dan ewon kran populi mantemu no omo de aba to just say president catch omo say and I say emra ba to Ghana say omo de obia 1 year rent na 2 years in the air drops no do and omo so de bida omo ma government 6 days ultimatum say omo so ensa na adwini say sasa glem project na person oton no omo person obama beton da enti tenants no tenant union there be tenant union mum and a landlord no tenant union wo Ghana omo ha dan no omo sisa glem project ni de omo de otuetu akokoma president here man na adwene so otan obi bia na afei na krakra no yisi so atemneti 17 political parties omo atemneti omo registration and so omo exist and omo nsem kakra bia ya baba and they remember TF4 and then pay Unity Radio 103.9 Medin di King Kalusha medam be di media hu chame and then pay minia manuto magandi tatarito me pem ho asem usta massages odam kwaso ba and minia do wa opoku jamfi ono no hot seat ma ba gina mu me trem amano ono so onche oba be kai nsa na edijumedie no e de abretiefo edi pacho afero do afide na ato ha Unity Radio 103.9 pacho me fu afide ko bia maninda ya me basisi ya
asamparetia obanyansa fuso obunuya wankana asam tema futu sam kakre wa asupeme ya woman, ya mama, kini baby ako, batata ya wareni, onsom, wanini pa, nasadi pa wofe oye, yama embera ye, ebe ya,
ya na fi meneo say ye be ka a chempenifo no say omoye de omoye no omoye ni ankoso no omoye ni ye no omoye bibi na enya ye eso omamba pa no ye wo ho kwan say ye ka che omo say de omoye no nye esan say ye yetumi na de amon we de ahye omo say omo hwe oman no no omo to oman no sikasem na ye bibia na nkwanim nti so omo to na so omo ye bibi na say nya na so omo bemia wano a na so de oso nka because we partisan politicians are ebe da achi oman no na nkan so omo no ba behunu amane bibia ya ba betre ya broni kroma ya bo adwuma kama yi omo ye no ma hye omo ye hye to ase ebe efishe dunia chi edukra that be 100 years kra no na echirima na ombeba no omebo modia abetumi anya setrapa na ebe bitie bisa ho se Ghana je se esi koi ene galamse esi wosu dachi ni ye na nanu ne na kanso mu ya sase o mu seni yesu o mu seni o metumi transase ne so ebe kakra no ye be kwa ezara na sanse empedifo no ye bibina se ntumi anka nche omo na omo selfish interest any stomach politics ombe so omwe na sesa no be ye dia omano enko ba bia enti edo maybe do na se asem ne ba you have to say it as it is obi a on the political affiliation there ba ase obi Ghana for no me hu de omo obi wo no omobusuam no omo ye bibi dia omo ntumi nkan bo obi bobusuam de omo tumi asebre o manu no matumi akasem no bo bi fie de obi fie asem de omo kan omo kare gidi pa ba sa asem na bebedu omo fie ni de omo ntumi nka eno enama oman Ghana ntumi nko nanim eti perifone ya de na se nko ya o fie no aka sana okọ obi so fie na no so so anya we say ahode na de beka no da asem ahode na so ade wo de akokoka but obi de fie de onkoka ne fie asem o obi de na obetuma nya kwanja de aka ye ne sa ye hwe sa na oma no enye ye nti oma no se be ya edame me no woso ene me oma na ye me kan ta stake to ebe na no pay me ne matiafo me sa bo bibia kwaba ambo bibia chin aba Unity Radio 103.9 enche abejafo abedu de ebe hyehyɛ so na bibia tumi akonkan na fe yɛ asida kɛse ekoma ya form di so yi abo form di so yi first na se ekoma Anochi restaurant there are 2 locations back on Mabury Street na back so lower Anochi Chrome restaurant back on Mabury Street and back on Park Avenue no so na peduane emu hwam de na se udia woni beji pa ko na de back home na baba kan say every last Sunday of every month bia no no boja dancing fit na aduane bia o pese o di susu bia no wadi $40 pe okwa aduane bia pese o di no from ewia no 9 to enyimre nondo no okwa akotwa na ase utwa na ase wia aduane na pe no eno na efensen udi esa di bia buffet I say buffet ti aduane do be di bia fitia no pe no na coffee nondo no na utwa na ase no now sa fele tank no utwa na ase now sa fele tank no na bibia atumi akọ nkan amom afa efiri ho a yekọ asamas for the ebaka say open nam asamas trading open nam de emu hwam fish manu to favorite pampanium pampanium
yeah
madam I want to fish there's a number of turkey na chinam aponchinam bibi bia ope bayre ope bodie je say bibi bia no okọ asamas trading o ma bondo setuo okọ bibi aso dala kwam kama na de am so ope say wonam no so akoto fish on bitwam o metwa kama ade amana bibi etu akoso ye fi wo so ayenko Dan Auto Repairs masa dan de dina ashita bibia wo car no BMW Acura Infinity Tesla just a car bay and a masa da sutu ye o break say say o crotch be say crop you o transmission say just bibi bia o ka ho bia no o de say a faba Dan Auto Repairs na masa dan so ebehwe na aye bibia ama one ne ba ofori omo betumi ahwe na bibia tumi akọ nkan ma Dr. Kwabi Scientific Care ono so no pem yare pa de or second to none. So ko to jomu ka ko na mu yo say wona bibia bi don pem yare biano o de the Dr. Kwabi scientific care obetumi abomodiana ama what me agina SCP etita na bibia tumi akọ nkan afi everywhere yankwan Gold Coast Catering Services eho ena omoduane no our assorted one aduane mo ehwam ye pa mani to favorite de omo jollof no and fried chicken omo jollof no fried chicken no baked chicken mom baked chicken or fried rice baked chicken no mani to pepper de okwa je kakra bia na eja wa ko twa na omo banku ani peanut butter soup now de nkroma bi so awo no eno so ho aduane bia Ghana food bia opese udi pa no omo wo egusi edeba je say jollof wache say aduane bia Ghana bia no onko Gold Coast Catering Services a obetumi enya bi edio ho Kumasi market the only African market with discount. The only African market with discount. ABC baby ada. I just say Kumasi market. They say I'm out for two more day no more body na body in there. Almost say you have my shit. You have my no more my thing. Until no man on my tisuso. Okwa milo kesi on my tiso make kesi on my tiso on my pano tiso on nam on bibia hobia usi hon kwande ukokosi Kumasi marketa on my TV biasu at the 40 opportunity who eti body to a main street so obohu Kumasi market na koda ko du jana bibia ntumi enko nkan emam afa efiwa yeko anochi trading 54 Hamilton Street eho ono on African market eno san wo bebia ohwitwa nam o coastal Kumasi African market eni mienu nyaati obetumi akokoto o take no no na opeso o je fish susu a no wasan akọ no matwa no maye bibia amon na bibia tumi akọ nkan amon afi de kra no lemon finance to opeso o sianiska ema obusuafo ofia abafo kwantimpo e de first maniska no lemon finance omo rate dey say wo nkan pa and all this kind of credit etuma na say bebre Ghana enti eho na abetumi ede usika amane afa na bibie atumi akonkan sa edwuma ko edidi so na o maso ya sen ema anopa ya de fense anopa bosu ede brom na sa ebe ko no Dr. Kwabi scientific care and the weather report na mind and tell the weather for the week weather for today and mube yunupa nti pacho se upia na wahihye ohun ye nkankan ama omokofa bus dia akọ adwuma no pacho okwa na wahihye ohun ye and the weather no the highest 43 and the minimum 32 nti say ba say du atiasi awo no nti ukwa na wahihye ohun ye na de bibia gukom na ama enframa nko yem because bronya no enche ebaba bedu na ukokoyare a na te se odi asamato wabusua for so eno ho na ye ho sesem na ye de ama atiefo no enti ya twetwa so no ye baba danemu na fei yakọ agopama so na yakodi nkomo kakra afi efiri ho a na te se a transition na yakọ politics na bibia tumi akonkan edi ma ofide na ya menko bibia me basisia
asampayetia obanyansa foso wo bunubia won kana asam te ma futu sam kakre wa supreme yo kofi o my ya woman o mani ya mama na enyi baby akọ wacha ya waren wonsom wanini pa asade pa wo fe oye ya mo yembera ye ebe ya ifuyana ama ya umano ama ya mama na ati wa ya no ra ya
special mobibia kwaba keseba Unity Radio 103.9 no pabosu so na wasutia wasugusu awutie medin once again King Kalusha yan twetwa so kra no yan fa dwumade no enhihye so da bibia ntumi enkoye ya sports world na yan ko Ghana na abrantie ba kwa ya fe no Kalum Hussein Odoi betin say kabrantie no na obeya pese obebo ama Ghana na nkra kwa kuya say abrantie no na wakwa hye fifim so onko boma Ghana onko boma England na bae no Ghana for do mo twini bia se nko mo mesi akan na abrantie no nkwa kusi aga siti Kalum Hussein Odoi enya dia England for so eto mo safre no na ma for fi say the Ghana for no telephone be di isaroso ekede adoba bae no na nka abrantie no ebetumi adan ani akogbo ama Ghana but then omo train na wanko anti Kalum has so there with all this talent no enya dia this World Cup no ye be huni biem ye fi wa yanko enkomo ketekete na afei ye wi a ye ba be hwe World Cup no enya ba bedu anti ene ebe modern ahwe say ebe hwe ye group no consisting of Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea and Portugal ye be hwe group no no mo players o mo de ko ni access so ni ahwe say Ghana for ye benya chances na madicho wo akwa bi prediction bi a wa ye do o se Ghana be World Cup no wo score lines do
minim se memu na na ho ina dia say be win ba ko no ya be hwe Korea ne Portugal wo draw
I share is Uruguay
and
yes I to find us the score lines remember
the next game ne Cameroon
1-1 is one of 16 I show with 2-1 extra time
but I read it like a storybook
I access say if that one be true na fe I share my call come on kitikitim Cristiano Ronaldo any Piers Morgan interview bi na and I met kakra na ensemu mpa ye pa na Cristiano Ronaldo o say ayi for disappointing pa ma eye ne ya nti ono de o kanina enkrabu from so Chelsea for anhwe a omba kofa Cristiano Ronaldo Chelsea revived the interest in Ronaldo after a summer move was reportedly blocked by the then manager Tuchel nanka oko but mo block no until Cristiano Ronaldo agent so aside that any akọ Bayern Munich no ma kodi enkomo na o say Cristiano Ronaldo betumi be say akan mo ana afei Manchester United ni Arsenal for omo say branch bi obo osina kan e ma Shakhtar Donetsk o Ukrainian winger obo no mo di be fe Makelo Modek Eric Ten Hag or Manchester 4 coach no was no why squad and need disa Abrantie no echi but man that can also interview bi ma Abrantie so sina kama Arsenal your friend no the Janko no wife or YouTube only din common so Abrantie no Modek say obepese obekọ Arsenal mom akwa first team no instead so ba akọ bench wo Bayern Munich on the enya dia obetumi akọ and the all trying to say Mikel Arteta obomo de afa phone no afre no maka je say oni ni bebe adwuma na bia antimi enko so ma no afi okọ Chelsea for aso yeso a goalkeeper fe no Edward Mendy no or say consider the future or Stamford Bridge na I don't say coach oba for no na Kappa enyam prayer no na order until you see the first team chances no I'm say limited until obepese obadwene huye and some the sachet contract ase amaboboko from Chelsea na bibia tumi akoso afei free wa yefa eninche Liverpool force same omo call Las Palmas Abrantie ba kwa wadi efishe donkron yefa no Alberto Molero o say omo kwa kofa no na be see akan sa Abrantie so Barcelona and Manchester City for so the omani acho say omunya na omo epeno Roma for say Abrantie efe Tammy Abraham ozo si aka ma no omo bi oma prum say wa opa bia say oni Abrantie no bebedi ano ayi ano why na obefa no say onko boku no o my ready say omo no betrase na omo no akaskasem na bibia to bi koso a wetumi abesi akan amam afa ye firi wa ye fa ye ni che Tottenham for so omo so omo send scouts so omo nko na omo nko hwe say abrante ba ko osi akan ema boboko efe Borussia Mönchengladbach omo nko no ho abrante ne Marcus Thuram Lilian Thuram maybe aka 1998 World Cup winner ne ba ye fe Marcus Thuram no osi akan ema Borussia Mönchengladbach Tottenham for so omo hia no na afei Tottenham for ko omo san e de omo ni ache Cameroon 4 striker ba Yusufa Mokoko Yusufa Mokoko abranti amekan odeni ache World Cup bibio na say obonu modi ye pam afei oko Arsenal for Liverpool for so edo ma no bebetu say abranti ye fe no Thuram no obo mucha Gladbach no omso munya na bepe no ebe pen se abranti bebetumi asi akanyamamu sa semi we ni semi kan na ede member tie 40 ede nkomo ketekete no ebe sia na afei ye na ye ni enko ye group no manu se group na ho na be ho yan na ye group no o na ho be yan ti ye ko he for group no ye ni Uruguay Portugal na ya show mo South Korea force ya show mo squad no na bibia tumi akonkan aman obane chonti ma mefa South Korea for no edin omo na omo di ne bo edin kakra ba yebabo modern abo South Korea for Son Heung-min obo Tottenham no wapra as kra kakoyan say omo coach edina aka team no mu say onko kata na onko kusi akan ni bi emomo omo keepers a omo ko ni Kim Song-go Okobi John Ho Bo Some Bonku 3 goalkeepers omo ko ni na oko defenders na Kim Min-jae na Kim Jin-soo na Hong Cho Kim Mo-hwa Yoon Jong-gu hey manicho eni there Kim Jong-won Kim Tan-ha Wong Kwon-won Chung Won-me hey manicho eni there that was you after you come midfielders now John Won-jong Nan San-ho Peng Song-ho Son Jong-ho Son Min-ko Won Chang-ho Son Heung-min on the touch on the end among for him in the kakra and Lee Johnson Manchester Sako no Han Hin-chan Obo Wolves of Wolverhampton Wanderers wow o see that guy and Han In-beom John Hun-jong and Lincoln Lee and omo midfielders no na fe call the 2-star four line pen the choir players no defenders midfielders no doors and after the 4 lines be no Han Yu-jo and Chung Gu-song and any players are omo ekwakobo ama boboko a from South Korea afa yanko Uruguay for so ede Abrante bakwe feru Ronald Rojo ene Edison Cavani omo nyina no omo si akan bako ewo Barcelona bako so Italy abrochimemu emate biani na omo prepare esomanucho omo coach ede omo kan say omo ko na omo ye sure say tama eyine enkokosi a eyino na omo ho atomo omo ye hwe omo goalkeepers ne Fernando Mastelera sa goalkeeper we there 2010 crown no ho ohobi ona chiche penalties no be kaya asamaja ene ni ko jama obo na bopo no sa goalkeeper we na no dem wanyini pa so omode ne ko Sergio Roget na Sabesen Sosa omni 3 goalkeepers a omde omoko afa defenders ni Jose Mera Gimenez Atletico Madrid Esteban Coates Sporting Diego Gordon Viles Martin Caceres, Galaxy, Ronan Arrojo, Barcelona, Gemeco Velera, Flamingo, Luis Rodriguez, Nacional, Matias Oliveira, Napoli, and Matias Viana, Roma. Manisho, oh, you got 40 press. I can see one call. Lucas Torreira, Galatasaray, Arsenal player, and Manuel Ugarte, Sporting CP, Matheus Veniso, Lazio, Rodrigo Bentake, Tottenham, Federico Vivadi, Real Madrid, Fofana Pellistri, Manchester United, Nicola de La Cruz, River Plate, and Omo Fedes. Oko Omo 4-line players now, and Augustin Canabio, Facundo Torres, Dwadian D. Arrascasta, Flamingo, Mazi Gomez, Luis Suarez, Edison Cavallo, Obo Valencia, and Darwin Nunes, Osina Kaim, Emma Liverpool, Liverpool. And you know, go for so players, you know, after that time, I call Portugal, for no failure. Maybe I'm the Ghana squad on our between. Cristiano Ronaldo will go to his 5th World Cup. The 5th World Cup. Players Bruno Fernandes, João Felix, and Diego Jota there on Kobe because I'm so proud. And the Bruno Fernandes, João Felix, the Omo can be, but the Diego Jota, you know the Ombekombo person name. Diego Costa, Porto, Jose Sa, Wolverhampton, and Patricio AS Roma. Defenders in here, Diego Dalot. Manager OTO players in here. Diego Dalot, João Cancelo, Danilo Pereira, Pepe, Ruben Dias, Antonio Silva, Menka Diego daughter, Manchester, João Cancelo, Man City, Danilo Pereira, Paris Saint-Germain, Pepe, FC Porto, Ruben Dias, Man City, Antonio Silva, Benfica, Nuno Mendes, Paris Saint-Germain, Rafael Guerreiro, Borussia Dortmund, Omo defenders. Afe Oko Omo midfielders, João Paulinho, Fulham, Ruben Neves, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Bernardo Silva, Manchester City, Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United, João Mareiro, Saint Benfica, Matheus Nunes, Wolves, Beteja, PSG, William Carvalho, Real Betis, Otavio, FC Porto, Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester United, João Felix, Atletico Madrid, and Rafael Leao, AC Milan, Ricardo Horta, Braga, Goncalo Ramos, Benfica, and Andre Silva, RB Leipzig. Timanuchu, almost so, almost players are almost Kono. Portugal 4 players, and no she, Papa. Ghana 4 squad, and Kobium, Lawrence Atisigi, Dan Lad, Brahim, Manaf, Nuruddin, Omnom considered goalkeepers. Afe defenders Joseph Edu, Daniel Amate, Abdul Rahman Baba, Adazan Jeku, Tariq Lamte, Gideon Mensah, Dennis Odoi, Mohamed Salisu, Alidu Sedu, Omnom constitute the defenders. I've welcomed midfielders now, Andre Ayew, Kudus Mohammed, Daniel Kofiche, Elisha Ousu, Thomas Tepati, Salis Abdul Samed, Omonomia midfielders. I feel who call forward now, Daniel Fiye, Jordan Ayew, Osman Bukari, Isayaku Fatau, Antoine Semenyo, Kamal Sowa, and Kamal Dean, Sulemana and Inaki Williams. And the Manicho players now by starting from Inaki Williams. Manicho. Players now by starting from Inaki Williams. Nafi Bibian to be Koso.
Yeah, send our kind of. I mean, Ghana, your group H. Group H.
But started from
narrow. Okay.
Kalum has ordered.
Yes.
Ghana 4 years will be but I was in the crossroad. We call Busha Munchigraba, you know, or Bono Modio. Baum Bianca,
England for
friend. Yeah. But my friend, Ghana, so also my positive answer be the talent, you know, for the traffic and a Bayamo on one development.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I mean, players go on, they don't know the value of the World Cup, and he would have really, it would be a real opportunity. I want to make it. Be a mechanic, but players be there. Francois Mambi, cannot be a community. The Roger Mela Mono. Yeah, we hear their name huge and large because they were able to attend the Mundial, the biggest Mundial in the world. I mean, in terms of where they quality of playing there, I think Champions League has quality. But in terms of how big and when they World Cup, them when I World Cup say once every 4 years. Since Brazil now, it's more like way for them, a holy grail for them. Into our players in recent times, I think they've had a chance to grace Kalilu Fadiga, Papa Bupa Diop, Helaji Diop, they mentioned them today. And look at how Brazil, Nigeria, when a chance to go to the World Cup, how hurtful it was. Victor Osimhen said, "Yeah, boy, Bob, so for Kalimo Senodo, I mean, parents Ghanaians, born, bred, bottled, brewed in UK. But at least in football there you can play for your mother where your parents come from. One parent comes from there, opportunity to play for them. And I think he's been to Ghana. I remember our president even had sat down with him to have some beautiful discussions and lure him or woo him if he's making a choice and can't choose Ghana. But he's just dilly-dallied, wasted time. I don't know, but we've gotten to that point. I think the boy's heart is with England. I mean, on any given day, if he has a choice between the Deep Blue Sea and the river, he wouldn't think twice about it. And I mean, he's still talented. You see, the good thing for him is that he's still young. I want to a chance to play for the English national team because he still has, he harbors those intentions. But this way, the mere sure say a friend account. Where I feel a bit off is that you see, for at this point, we only kind of try but 10 years from now, we will have beautiful discussions whether the decision he took was good or not. I think for everything, Kevin Strootman would the chance at the World Cup memories are when if he had decided some bomb again, I don't think Germany would have given it to him. So I don't know why the little chap did not eventually choose Ghana or together with Edin Ketia. Maybe their minds are England, because inadvertently, it doesn't take anything away from you. You still enjoy your citizenship and all the benefits as an English person because football allows dual citizenship. So it's a bit more painful. I'm particularly not too happy. I'm picking from say, and I'm more about going into this tournament and that I need a player of a sort. I mean, the guy you is supposed to do that job, but him say he's really gone down the pecking order. See, we were all thinking that, I mean, we've given him enough reason to come and join us, and he'll be a starter if he eventually decided to.
But don't you also think, sir, because the way I almost treated Jeffrey Schlupp, the same thing goes to Adam Kwarasimo. The way he treated Omuniti, almost so because we share Jeffrey Schlupp, ball Crystal Palace. Every match be our ball. No, or sign versatile. A bit more all the positions in there. Yeah, number 2 that means so.
He should be able to play.
He can play everywhere on the foot. Now, or ball game every be our Premier League. Every match be our gym. No more Kobe Baba. This Baba Rahman.
Yeah,
our ball ready. A championship.
Yeah,
or no more opportunity
to go ahead of him.
And he said, "Oh yeah, Obi a whole team England now. England's boy. Now that treatment now, they MSL to Jeffrey Schlupp.
I think there are two different stories. They are apples and oranges because in this same vein, players like Tariq Lamptey and Inaki have taken a chance and they've been added to the team. I think that when it comes to Schlupp, it's really a painful one, but you can't use it as a test case to talk about everyone in there. And moreover, some of these boys, believe you me, they would have been automatic choices as far as I'm concerned. I don't think that playing in the Bundesliga and this level of football, he was coming to compete with anyone. Slop again. I mean, reading tabloids now, the English as usual. When they mention top players for Ghana, they still even try to add him in there. They are seeing him as one of the stars to watch at the tournament because he's playing for a relatively bigger club as far as the world is concerned, and having 100 cap in the idea. But I don't think that this one influenced Kalim Hussein-Odoi's decision. He just feels all English. English. Onya sa way say, I mean, he will choose Ghana over England, and I say, I think that is where I will leave it. I will never try to push that button. That Slop situation actually influencing some of these things, because Slop could have been selected. A few of the boys changed their minds, they wanted to play, they were selected to be part of the team, and we know how much quality they bring to the team. No matter how much you adore the city, the pound or the dollar is always bigger than them in that regard. Play some more ball in reputable leagues today. I don't think that you have every reason to let them sit down. For the Slop one, we know it's a dichotomy. It's an outlier. Say it doesn't really make a lot of sense. The more you try to justify, the more you'll be talking a lot of bad, you'll be spinning a lot of bad way. I don't want to use some printable words, but nobody in this world will ever think that if a country has Slop or Manenko Walker. But I don't think it's a panacea to say that Kalim Hussein-Odoi together with Nketiah are using it as a yardstick not to come and play for us. Or Mankaso Mumunen, and it's allowed. I mean, it's a free world. You let people make decisions and make their own bets and they lay in it. You don't go criticizing that why did they decide to do a chair rather than a table. So for me, it's a bit painful, but I made sure I read all the tabloids. There's no point they did say that he wants to play for Ghana. And I said, well, he only read the opportunity. Now, Ashen said after playing so well, he felt this was the time for Southgate to reward him with a place in the national team. But when you say opportunity now, I wouldn't think that because of Slop and Asebe Bintina, almost they just don't want to play for Ghana. But what could deep in some say the Ghana issue now, so it's sometimes a bit suspect. Now, you see, going into this tournament, the lowly ranked team. Yenny call with the 68 in the world near the even the likes of Korea there near Bonnie, they are in the top 30. Only 23rd or 28 in the world. So it tells you that in terms of performance now, so they're also weighing the options. Sometimes it's not just going to the tournament. Some players think about just going to the tournament. Others also feel that what meaningful impact can this Ghana team go and do over there? I think it's also influencing some of these choices and decisions. They decide not to come and play. At times, you make yourself attractive to attract the right people to you. The Black Stars for now, the attraction is not there. You don't see them as a team. You had so much of going into the World Cup in 2006, even 2010. Because you could boast of a midfield quartet, they were playing in top league. It was Steve Napier, Suleiman Tari, Lai Kingston. That's all. Yes, I mean you can ACN, you can always know that you have a top quartet in the middle. But this time around,
guy about Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo also was very influential and in that team. He's a gentleman, too gentle, but at least he was very good. I mean, like Kingston and Kone, they were the ones who held forth for us and gave us everything to write home about. So, in principle, I think the boys just didn't come because they didn't find us attractive enough.
Oh, okay.
They feel they would rather wait for their chance with, because once they do maybe another player, if you are like 24, 27, 28, that means your chances are being limited every time. But they're still very young. They still feel they can have a chance if they keep improving. The English national team would be at their back. And I'm more about you have to do well. I mean, Saka plays, so there's no way you can say the Nketiah. So for lifting the game, won't remember for the national team.
Let's look at let me say a co-worker by Ghana, you know, F4, have they ever treated foreign players no more? A player like Kwesi Nsuabeyi, a friend saying, Kwarase. The almost see a
KP
Boateng, it's a issue. But Swiss nationality, have they been treated them fairly?
I don't think that.
I bet Aduma.
I don't think that. For fairness, I would say. I mean, I'm having mixed feelings, but I don't think they've not treated them fairly too. Because look at it from both sides of the coin. That if you don't treat them fairly, did they go out there to still play their football to the optimum best? I think that they themselves crumbled. We did what we could do for them. In principle, I wouldn't sit back and say that they were not treated unless of course they wanted preferential treatment. But in terms of performances, now they were given there. Some of them were given opportunities to play, and some of them did well. They performed creditably well. See, I wouldn't sit back. I'm one of the few people I wouldn't sit back to say that you treat them fairly and we need to treat them fairly and blah blah blah. Some of these things being said, the boys themselves, you see where I can agree a bit with you is that some of them too, the cultural differences, we were not able to manage them very well, because they do baby one of the coaches on a handing over notes, or the shame said the boys were so much afraid of Juju Juju in company. They do be not quite saying that they couldn't leave their room. Hotel room, if they want to leave, they have to lock the door because they were not sure. We see that that cultural differences, it really got to them. Some of them were too much afraid to come and play. Even Thomas Partey, trust me, say one man come aboard, because the last time around in Brazil, the way he acted, up to now, I've not really gotten over it. So by now, warm up with then the next moment, I had Oppo the other time talking about the fact that we were looking at him with keen eyes, cocked eyes, going into the World Cup, and eagle eyes, because he feels that the World Bombers now, he should give us at least 80 to 90% of that performance. And I wish I was there to reply him that if I'm playing with Granit Xhaka and Gabriel Jesus, I'm always allowed to give off my all. But this time around, it's a commune idea. I mean, sometimes you should consider the people you play with. I don't sharpen it iron. If the people are not, if you don't have quality around you, it will dwarf your own efforts. I mean, in everything, France national team World Cup because they had a solid team from defense right to attack. If you have Kante, you have Pogba, you have Mbappe, you have Hugo Lloris, it's a decent squad on any given day. You can put all your faith in. And those things should be brought to play. So for me, the boys themselves, they did not show a lot. They did not give us a lot, and the team too culturally maybe we were not able to sustain it very well, because they were diverse backgrounds. Everything is a shock to them. Maybe psychologically near the end, we need to manage some of these boys very well. We need to put them, I won't say, see them as a bit different. I see my outlook is different. No, so I want USR. Wabon bring our hase, but the parents say one of my greatest joy is to go back and play for Ghana, where you be considered a first class citizen near there. When they come, you should know that they are not the same near there. But maybe we are not able to manage that aspect very well. But I would have agreed with you if they play 1-2 games for us, they go never come back, and they still flourish to the very top. They get a podium finish as a world best, and out of 10 best players in the world, they're Bomudim. But none of them you can confidently tell me that they went out there to prove themselves. They still quite safe for all the good things is done. I don't think he's still keeping for any extraordinary team. Jojo Walakot, still, I mean, you are still at Swindon. So those things will come to play. I would never sit back and say we basically did not treat them fairly, but we need to learn lessons from it, that we need psychologists for them near there. The next time around we have some of these boys in it, especially those who have never really been to Africa, but only for footballing reasons they decided to come and play for us. And we need to psychologically manage their emotions and their way differently. What an income can contain might not be contained by a Tariq Lamptey. We should sometimes see all these things in that regard. Because truth is that most of them born out there. So say, yeah, they no cry no. Baby cry. Your football age wa. Barbara from there thing. If you are born in England and I say USA, I say now you can hardly trace your date. Heading for you to really, because right from birth now you are documented and you work with it for the rest of your life. Okay. Some of them are relatively too young to really appreciate what life is about. Yenya psychologists sometimes allow them to have people they want around them so that they can play very well. Moreover, we should, those little skirmishes near if there's a hotel down there, give them the best of treatment. If you want them to perform ultimately, where it's England, US national team, Ghana, you go for certain things. Especially, I know this tournament there, Qatar and FIFA is taking care of a lot of things for us. I mean, so you leave the competition there, Ghana is just like a US, but sometimes pre-match and preparation wise we don't give them a feel that they made a good choice through sinners. So those are the little things I will talk about, but I don't think that it should influence you. 90 minutes on the pitch is everything, but we've done our bit, but I think we should learn lessons and treat them well. That one I wouldn't run away from it.
Okay, thank you so much. Marisho, Your group, you know, Obia the team Saba.
Yes.
Share, me say they can share the Portugal, almost squad, no.
Yeah.
Nafi, they be share Uruguay squad, no. I'm saying South Korea, no dear. There's a 2 players spend almost a ball as a unit. Individually, you cannot see them, but collectively, no. They are a force to reckon with.
Exactly, and that's their strength. I mean,
their strength.
They can endure. I mean, they might not be too strong, but their endurance levels were very high, and they can run for 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
They are taken to the storm.
And I almost want to tell us, man, song in your men, but I don't know, say coach, you know.
Oh, be part of the team.
Oh, team, but I mean, so with my ball, don't be born and those kind of stuff. Yeah, share Portugal team, no. Yeah, share more from goalkeepers to defenders to midfielders and the front lines, you know. Portugal, I'm a threat to our destined to go move from our group, Nana.
I think Portugal, teams going to this World Cup, they have one of the best of squads. I mean, in terms of all-round team, they have all their players playing in tip-top leagues and performing extraordinarily well. Maybe their talisman Ronaldo now is having too much brush off the pitch, but in terms of player quality, I mean, you look through their ranks and sometimes you marvel that Silva na ye budget he's from there. In a way, Bruno Hernandez. I mean, from Manchester United, also from there. João Felix. Bruno Fernandes. Now, João Felix Munina. So I think.
No, quite surprisingly, Renato Sanchez.
No, man, friend. Maybe this season they mentioned Ante in the exploits here. I mean,
not that bad. I was PSG mom.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Coach Dana, funny players.
Yes, and. Just like you say, I mean, just like the Ghana situation, you can't call everyone. Play me squad, no make my proper way. That's why. Forgive me. Yeah.
That's okay.
Exactly. I think that for player to player there, Portugal can give us a lot to write home about. And don't forget that they've really proven World Cup no more winning bid. I mean, the best they could have from themselves is
for the first setup on
yes.
And you'll be said Diego Dalot Electra Hag by is in top ship João Cancelo Man City or Bogan or a defender more than a four-line player. Pepe, I'm all for one Pepe there.
He's been playing. I'm Evergreen
Pepe. And Robin Diaz, Man City. Or dear Titimel. What I say?
Yes.
And then Nuno Mendes, question about Moya, Matoni, and I
oh, I know.
No Mendes.
No, Ambassador.
Okay, Ambassador. Okay. I got back to Suba Arsenal. No, so Fred Mendes, and I mean, so no there.
Exactly. Antonio Silva, Benfica. I mean, Ruben Diaz. They have Ruben Diaz. More Vitona, PSG. No, which one players? So they all play big. Team selection. I mean, from the very top, from City through PSG, through AC Milan, through Manchester United, they cut across. They have an all-round team. I think going to this World Cup, tournament there, sometimes it's not just about the players. It's about how well they're able to really use them. But Woshena, at least in terms of their coaches, he's been around for some time, so he really has a grip of the team. Well, so I think that they will give us a lot to write home about. Fernando Santos, I mean, their coach, I know he's been around for not less than 4 or 5 years. He's the one with the team. And I think the biggest player going to this one has to be Bernardo Silva. I mean, he's the one he's supposed to do well. To get almost for their real strength. We total team now. The midfield is where they will really be relying on.
William Cabral.
Yes.
William Cabral was, one of their best midfielders.
Yeah, Rafael Leao from AC Milan. Yes, Ricardo Horta, Andre Silva, about Leipzig. So I think they have a decent squad. But say one thing that is resonating with Ghanaians has to do with 2006. We are going to play the likes of.
What I'm saying, look at their defensive setup. Now, your 4-line players, when they are playing against them, can we break down their midfield and also their defensive setup to score in this particular? Because look at that the strength, the in-depth strength of their defensive setup, and the strength of their midfielders. near normal bar. Can you break up their defense system to score?
You see, I've always believed that BBI anything that the ISIU and the years and ISIU seen bueno a site and names play a big role. BBI as soon as yede tenedeno a dini edebo. You can say Messi, you can say Ronaldo. If they get to the pitch, they don't even do so well. Their names will still be mentioned. So, but the good thing going for Ghana is that you're already down, so we need fear no fall. So that's why I was carrying you to what was happening in 2006 when we had to play the likes of Croatia and there. Czech Republic, we all felt that they were the second in the world. They had the likes of Peter Cech in there, and all Ghanaians felt that this was the toughest test. But you're able to get two over them. See, I think that's what will happen. And with Europe, with their teams, I don't fear too much. Even Germany, with all that Germany could do. 2014, you saw what Ghana was able to. Ghana was the only team that gave them a 2-2 draw. They really struggled to get a draw against Ghana, but they went on to even beat the likes of Brazil 7-1 and stuff in the final. In the semi-final, we said there. So yeah, exactly. That one is fine, but the Brazil one. But they had a total performance. But yes. Ghana can boast of one of the teams that was able to hold this one against them. So sometimes people tell you that names have changed, players have changed, but history remains. I mean, a jinx is a jinx. That's why we still talk about the history. Although the players have changed, coaches have changed, but I mean, tradition has a way of history has a way of repeating itself. So I think as much as player by player, and if you do that comparison, we are nowhere close. We become, if you give them 50, you'll be giving Ghana like 5 in that regard. But I think football is a collective sport. Even going to play Nigeria, no BNM say, oh, Nigeria, I mean, player by player, they were better off than us. But I mean, we know what happens in some of these things. Even the days of Kwesi Appiah-Munya, Nigeria, they will struggle, they will have their power. So I think Portugal has a decent squad going into this. But what you have, our trump card is that we are relatively unknown. So we have to play to our strength. We don't go doing for player near there. We play as a unit. We defend as a unit. To come forward as a unit. We play the game around our strength. I mean, make sure that the likes of Partey and Co are able to exploit the middle very well. You push the ball to them, and it does. I'm expecting him to do what he does at us now. Get close to people, confine spaces. Once a player be on watch, then you go there, you take the ball, you open up, then lay a pass, any idea. So virtually, everybody, once they put pressure on the player and make sure that the player doesn't lose the ball near there. So I will agree with you that Oshomo set up not the one best Shomu team that can tell them when they know they are. It will be very difficult. We saw it against Brazil that they made us look like minnows. Ball rather. And if you are not careful and at the World Cup proper, they will know very well that every minute and every second counts. It's extra tough for us. So I agree that there will be quite impermeable debate. One thing they might also lose sight, they might just underrate us, and that is where you have our own strength against them. That Ghana put there. I mean, they are walking into this tournament, the only place team, chance of winning the World Cup, the Ghana 1/250. It's a 0.00025 chance of really winning the World Cup. So I agree with you that player for player, I always look a bit suspect. I'm going to play against Portugal, but I'm also having a second feeling that I know the strength. That is if the coach is able to get his tactics right. Sometimes he talks too much in that regard. Every game should be played differently. This is a gamer. You were trying to really do a 4-4-2, 3-5-2. This is a gamer. The midfield will be very, very important. If you don't bust them, midfield, if you don't match them boot for booter, they will load us. Sana mihono. Just we can even do a back three, play with wingers so that the middle will always be solid and compact. But Adrian say you get a lot of spaces for them, they will exploit us to the maximum, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me cut here for say for this will be their 8th World Cup appearance.
Yes,
Portugal. First one was 1966. When the likes of Eusebio Mo. I was at England for a G.
Yes.
First World Cup, GBM, and on best results to see a third place in that same year,
exactly.
1966.
Yes.
It's World Cup, we are 8 appearance.
Yeah. Also, yes. So at least when it just like you said, and even the likes of Ronaldo, it has been tough. It has been tough moments for them. Eusebio still remains one of them, and they've had greats. I mean, the likes of Luis Figo, Eusebio, Luis Figo, Ronaldo. These are some of the greats of the game that they can have on any given. So it sends a signal that Amunchedan a World Cup giant. They are not giants as far as World Cup is concerned. But I don't think that they've had some major losses against African opposition too. That is what they are carrying to this one. That's at least they are a football nation. They've managed to really crawl into that space of being a solid football nation. But we've also shown a bit of prowess going into the World Cup, no matter how much they did not expect so much from us. Once we get to the tournament proper, personally, I didn't even think Ghana can qualify. I'm somebody, our qualification has really been a miracle to me, especially when Nigeria were able to come and hold us in Ghana, Cape Coast or so. Then we were being able to get a 1-1 scoring draw over there to really qualify. I think we're still carrying, and the core of our team is still there. I mean, the good thing is that the core of the team is there. And I mean, I never believed in the Ghana agenda till Brazil did it over Tunisia. They were able to give Tunisia 5-0. That is when I started saying that, wow, our hurriedly arranged team with disjointed, without any cohesion, no telepathy, no understanding, we were not able to do much. And when we even decided to put our wives together, put our heads together, we started playing so well in the second half. It tells you that our game against them was even a player selection problem. I'm hoping that the coach this time around, but it was also a good test, because there are always that school of thought that the old against the new. Players on mobile may qualify, we are going to take the opportunity squad to come and play. And people felt that it was not fair. And come on qualify and I am mumbo, because the likes of Inaki, Tariq Lamptey, Nomini didn't say and qualify and come mumba. But sometimes it shouldn't be the case. If you're a woman, you should look beautiful to attract me. You can't tell me that when you're Fernand, they should come. Where you put yourself is how much people value you and come for you. So in that principle, I'm thinking that maybe we have been too hard on ourselves as Ghanaians. We need to carry some positivity around us, that even against likely champions, we were able to not have a very bad game. The results might just be obvious. 3-0 was emphatic. We were not able to string a ball into their net, but it was a spirited performance. And then sometime I hope really goes in there that against Portugal we can get some decent results. And if you're able to get decent results against Portugal, believe you me, the next two will just be a walk in the park, because for Uruguay we know we've done it before, so it's always that close. But is it also going to be like a revenge for 2014 when they play against them, Brazil, against Portugal? I'm say 2-1. I don't think so. We don't have the metal. You see, when you are going for revenge or repeat, you look at maybe you don't have the 4 years on. I don't think 4 years is quite a time, man. Can I see a team? Yeah, our team has changed drastically. You get me? But someone so as much as they have had a few infusions in there, and the infusions that they have in the camp also, they are players playing in high level football and high octane football, and then a boy Portugal bid. No, but in the end of the day, I mean, you can mention just some 2-3 players or some quality league around the world. I mean, they are playing football. That is a good thing. They are not playing metal. They are playing a pesking leather on the pitch. I mean, but at the end of the day, the quality we want to rub on them so that they can give us a shiny surface and around the team very well. So I think that is what I'm not too okay with. But just like you said, between us, it's not always a go harvest. It's always the little things that people don't look at that really make the difference. Sometimes our inexperience, our too much respect for them, thinking that this is Ronaldo. You see, the boys should go to this tournament. They have nothing to lose. And I say expectations are very low. We are not even supposed to. Korea, they are the 28th in the world. That's 68 or 63 or so. Something corrected with those ones. But you are above 60. And you're quite the lowly place team. She said 32 teams, they made it 32nd. It tells you that there's something around us. People say that the ranking extra cry wouldn't have been there. So but you can also say that Ghana a tournament. Yes. Tournament FIFA. With the exception of 2014, we here 2006. How we started against Italy, check for and any for ball goalless draw. Yeah. Last game was it against team US, US 4. Yeah, 2-1. 2-1. Yeah, you're able to beat US. 2-1. They qualified to the next stage of the competition. Yeah, back 2010. And so yes, Serbia 4-1-0. Then Australia 4-1-1. Yeah. And I share. I was just 7 points. And I'm a referee of that team that show. And I did progress here. Actually, but that's unfortunately in 2006. Everybody focus share and I'm share 3-0. Yeah. By 2010, they'll be able to go ahead. I could do quarterfinals. You see, it's a tournament in Ghana.
That's why you might not have the squad. So as compared to other teams, maybe say Portugal for, but tournament in favor.
If you ask me, to be frank with you, I mean, our first two was one. The effort we put in was so different. I mean, with the first one, because we had the players, we had the squad, we have the right mentality going into that one. Now the second one, 2010, it was on African soil. We were supposed to do well. I mean, the rest of the African teams disappointed, but there's always that savior. Japan, Korea 2002. Japan were even flying high. Everybody thought that Japan were the next big thing to happen, but Korea were the team to beat. I'm going to do final. I'm going to do semi-final. Eventually losing out to were Italy near there. They were, at least they were in the top 4. That's the highest an Asian team has ever done at the World Cup. A top 4 finish. Africa, they still we are lingering around the quarters. You do semi-final that, and the likes of Cameroon, Senegal, Ghana. I mean, these 3 countries that you may do.
Okay, that first game, Serbia show 1-0, and a second game, Australia 1-1, and a third game, Germany share 1-0. But two say a winning Bako, a more draw. And then may qualify to the next stage.
Yes.
And a question USA form, I show them 2-1, quarter finals, and so they need you go for the question of the share. But you can't 2010.
Yeah, baby, yeah, African throughout the whole of Africa, the gods and everybody, don't say gods no mountain chapel. They don't cross the oceans. I'm yet to hear that Montana. Ebo Chroma say omo cancer man we say ye bom du akra because Pacific Ocean is super na Atlantic Ocean to really cross to the other side. That's just by the by. So the principle is that after no Kalusha we've been retrogressing. That is the harsh truth. 2014 we were there, we made mincemeat of ourselves. 2018 we couldn't even qualify. Then we've had another opportunity 2022. Just a hair's breadth. We qualified through this going through the eye of a needle. It was really, really tough. It's more like a ring was taken through, right from a finger through our neck. You chew for a book and say, it was not an easy one. So I wouldn't make sure your progression. It doesn't look like, I don't buy that session that at tournaments, you do well at tournaments and we progress beautifully. I mean, we've not really, our first 2 was just an okay. Our next 2 were just so. So in principle, this is just another trial at the way. And this 1-2, no, it's not. Also, at the end, do be a what you say. There's something flourishing around the team, so you can really put your finger on it. That at the end, you improve it. But this one doesn't look like an improved performance. It looks like we're trying hard. It looks like we're trying. It's not that we are playing football. You can't. We always sit on tenterhooks. To me, Black Stars boy, you can't tell me that you can get yourself a chill bottle of water and be sipping with your legs crossed. You'll be sitting at the edge of the chair for 90 minutes. It tells you that. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not an easy task. We don't have a fluid team. I should be also supporting City near there, or share baller, or style or share, but still you do maybe an Arsenal fan, or share ball on stressy baby, or change near share results. But our team now doesn't have that pedigree, and at that way around them, that aura around them. So I don't buy that session that we are at tournaments. We even. Your progression across sometimes it looks like mathematics baby musa. Our first games are even suspect. Because 2006 you were just our first game against Italy 2-0 before you were able to get some Costa Rica win, Czech Republic win and US win, then you were able to progress to the next stage of the competition. So for me, we'll see what happens. Maybe it's a watershed moment. Things have changed. This time the boys are younger. Most of them did not even have the chance to watch yet in 2006, and they were not born or they were just toddlers then. But it's time they matured to really play for us. In principle, there, I'll see how it goes. But I'm not so keen that tournament there. I mean, we know how to play tournaments very well. So every Ghanaian should be hitting his chest and be staying in his corner and thinking that you do. We might just do well, but it's far-fetched. It's really, really beyond us. We need to really pull things out of Pandora boxes if we want to really get decent results.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah. I remember actually Uruguay for as a squad in Nafi messages be about Facebook. Making kind bakwana mi unu bi Nafi yenko Uruguay for no Sunafi. Manager best here your game against Switzerland no. We have said Otuado formation bena on me bobad making kind let's all rally behind Ghana Black Star because that is the only players that we have. We shouldn't underrate the players and have hope in them. Greetings to Honorable Mavis Nkansa Buadu and Koka. I don't know if we teacher Constitution what we are saying. As a commencer, was it good morning, my one and only King Kalusha, as well as Opo National and my guy Manucho. As a commencer, I don't know. I say you guys are more than awesome. As a commencer, they are the buy no. Mami Abasi, good afternoon, my people. King K on the console. Hey, Mami Abba. Who they are saying about? As a commencer, hey, as a commencer, he scored like you or the Abba. As a commencer, Ghana 3, Portugal 1.
Wow.
First match. Second match, Ghana 2, South Korea 0. And a third match, Ghana 3, Uruguay 1. Hey, as a commencer, you are dreaming, oh. And it is a free word. You can dream.
Thinking is free.
Yeah.
You don't pay.
You can only dream. You know, like I say, there's a huge difference between gaming and dreaming. At Mami, as a commencer, I don't know. As a commencer, be honest, this means anything at all can happen in the game. Why? At Mami, you know, also, Omubanta, of course, no. Also, bet me the comments about our Unity Radio, Facebook, when I say, never can come, I'll not be better to me, I can come. But I call Uruguay for no, Uruguay for, so I can't tell for say, this will be their 14th time. 14 time I'm about World Cup in almost German actually 14 times. First one here 1930. And I'm best with all my champions 2 times. Back in 1930 and back in 1950.
Yeah, hosted win.
What's the win? Manicho. Let's look at Uruguay for almost squad, you know. All the old players, let me first say, goalkeeper Fernando Muslera, or Kobe, almost the Edison Cavani, Kobe, and Luis Suarez, as you Kobe. Now look at the way Darwin Nunes cry or Picama Liverpool. Oh, share Uruguay for squad here. Maricho, almost cause problem. But before I need to because you can't for say Anochi Chrome restaurant and I'm boy made I can see home and some every tear for don't you for the South Korea for the you never bring from about
yes
but then because of place no notably most of them are not known
relatively
unknown place with the likes of Song Hyun-min on Okwa I'm used to coach Benny, Sagai or Hawaii or Wolfson. And I'm saying notably on my place on my GD Kaka. Uruguay for squaddy. Are they going to pose a threat to us in this tournament? Look at their defenders, their midfielders, and their strikers. Are they going to be a thorn in our flesh?
I think every department of the game, they have a player in there. I mean, it brings the memories. It brings the memories very well. I mean, like you said, the goalkeeper has been around for a long time. He has a lot of experience going into this one. Diago Godin. I mean, his exploits with Atletico Madrid. He said they were few of the Vélez Sarsfield. Yao Jimenez, he plays for Atletico Madrid. I mean, tip-top defender.
That's
or a regular. I remember him now. Araujo. Ronald Araujo of Barcelona. I mean, he's in Barcelona now. What's your squad now in terms of compared to Portugal? I guess it's a bit on a low scale. I'm saying player now, but Sebastian Cortez now. Now we say Arsenal away. Oh no, Arsenal. Now we Lucas Torreira too.
Yeah, small boy be ball 3 last year.
Tavares Anna.
Tavares. No, if I don't know Tavares.
Yeah.
But then Mendes sits now confusing me.
Yeah, okay.
Tavares
Tavares. Yeah.
No, I left TB.
Yes.
But the whole soft.
What's a black boy?
Yeah, black boy.
Tavares. Yeah. You don't come Marseille also. Yeah, he's been sent to Marseille on loan now.
Only God does Simone or Marseille.
Yes. I think their team looks okay. It's not the tip-top team that I was expecting. For me, the 2010 squad looked a bit more decent than this one, because Usher winner. I mean, they are bringing Ugodo Suarez. I mean, as much as possible. And I don't think that he's the same player that we knew. Maybe after the 2010 World Cup, he picked up for the last decade. There, he's been one of the most mentioned players. With Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez's name will be mentioned. I mean, in the top 5 players, strikers in the world in the last decade. But for now, I don't think that he's coming to this tournament as a lion, maybe a big dog. He's coming like a big dog, isn't he? We can really make a bit of news now. Lucas Torreira, now Galatasaray. I mean, they play their best of football. What's your squad now? It's more like an age squad with a few infusions in there. Maybe Darwin Núñez. I mean, he's the player to watch as much as possible. I read tabloids talking about Suarez being the main man, but maybe because they are looking at World Cup experience now there. But I think in terms of players on fire now doing so well for their team, scoring half chances, having all the penchants and the pedigree and everything, all the characteristics of a very good striker there, you can't go beyond Darwin Núñez. So every department, like I said, it looks like they have a bit of experience in there. Experienced goalkeeper, experienced defenders, in Jimenez together with Diego Gordon, Sebastian Sosa. I mean, no, what's on my team in Nemanja? I like it more too. Is that it's a blend of South American and a bit of Europe. Most of their players who are back home, team now they are not like Ghana. I mean, some players will be there on humanitarian grounds, but not because they are playing tip-top football. But you can never write off. I read an article on say they don't want to be part of the world best. When him say Brazil for South American football, almost say they are not too interested. It's very difficult to say South America with many world best in there because they don't want any competition with anyone because they feel they will be sidelined there. But they play very good football over there, and they're able to add the two very, very well. So I think I like their squad, but I'm not too impressed. I think everything should be.
Yes. Suarez or national ain't bad sao. About 14 games, 8 goals.
Oh, but comparatively, I mean, no, but there are some places when you are, you can get goals, but I don't think that you are extraordinary.
Competitive.
The competition around you should always also be mentioned. Okay. So I'll say Atletico and I mean, there are top 5 leagues in the world. So play Bobia, then you can always mention his name. I mean, we should be either in France, Eredivisie, or Bundesliga. I mean, people know them. The rest I will not even mention. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but at least he's lost a bit of form. Yes, I mean, he can give us
36. Yeah.
Yes, and now Suarez and the real strength and the speed, and then the way, the acumen, the sharpness, and you know those things come with age. It can surprise me anyway. This is just a tournament. You can bring all your dark forces to bear, and the last strength in you, your last breath, which will be on the last breath. You say no, they want the last strength in you. But so maybe this are tournament, they see it as the final statement. So they need to really make it better. But I'm not so enthused that so I may play. I'm not World Cup. I just like taking a Samoan to the World Cup. He might just he's a sharp arrow when it comes to the World Cup, but. Somebody who asks that, I mean, for Ono there, maybe the difference between him, people should part him. I'm not saying that Suarez is like Asamoah Gyan. He decided to technically stop playing football. Also enjoy football there, but I don't remember the last time he threw his legs. No Legon Cities, as Asamoah Gyan. I saw him at Legon Cities and I saw somebody who has lost everything football is about. Boom. But for this Uruguay national team, they are supposed to do well, but I think, say, you're a real strength. You see, and let me be frank. The couple tournament we know. I mean, you need some added advantage in South Africa. I quite know say neutral ground since a bad diamond. I mean, it will be very tough for us.
Three countries, you know, if we say teams, countries, and our teams will be in Ghana for between Oshia.
Yeah, all of them are tough, but I have some gut feelings. Say, Portugal, Korea. Uruguay might just be too tough for us. I mean, South American opposition, they are able. Ghana for one share than team papa. Style of play, no. In team papa. I mean, what happened? The Uruguay one, no, we nearly had it over them, no. I mean, we had everything backing us. I believe in those things. After 2010 World Cup, I started this job, and I told somebody that Brazil would you go to Brazil to joke. Our best chance to end Ghana football would dwindle because of that Asamoah Gyan. People said, "Oh, I'm being a hater." No, but because we had a chance to hit the pinnacle, we said, "Be a cycle." So one hate here. I said, "This is Atletico Madrid team." After they went for the past decade, who count teams are? I think 5 Mudin. From 2010, they've done well with their lives. Been to 2 finals, been beating, blah blah blah. But they've started losing everything, just like the Ghana situation. That 2010 was the peak of our team. We had kept the core of the team. Everything was going so well with the team. Then 2014, we saw what happened. We are trying to another raise. You build it from the ashes. That is where the problems are. When you are building from the ashes, the expectation should be managed. But if you're able to get it right, the foundation will be strong. Then you can have another golden generation of players. But as it stands now, I think we will do well against Portugal. We are supposed to do well against Korea. But Uruguay, for some reason, I think it will be tough. It will be tough against them.
Wow. Okay, Manicho, and I had telling Kano. Manicho, finally, I'm saying, we are quite, Switzerland and Ghana for any matches.
Yeah.
On the 17th. I said 2 days from now.
Yes.
And I'm a couple match. So, Boa. What happened there? And for start on the 20th. My first match is 24th.
Yes.
And the bought some match in the there were 7 days to rest and prepare for the game. But it's true. And even for so now your coach or Twado. And World Cup, if you squad in Naba. Switzerland for Kobono. If you say formation bena coach, you as a coach, obey you so the people team. Fair from Kakreb na fi back here for say
yes, your prodigal son. I can say your prodigal son. Yes, as and when. Yes, I mean, but it's a firebrand. I really love him. It's a firebrand. Maybe I say you're controversial. It should be very controversial.
Sports is there,
yes. Oh, but Canada, Ghana. Yes. Maybe on Cabo, Sabo, Bobo. Maybe Cabo and Bobo.
Two bodies in 3.
Yeah. Remember Aquaba. Aquaba. I probably say
King Kaluja, Boko, Nazo.
Oh, but Yakupano. You get your group winner, you didn't do Bobo, and now they're able to Portugal, Uruguay, and Korea. I'm out for every crowd. His scholars are back. Say Ghana back off finals. I go share. I go the cap no. But I the back his friends no. Uruguay 4 and Portugal 4 players. Some of the corner no she pa. South Korea no mum na man for office. Me obi say me team omo hu yem hu pa South Korea no. Because omo ball no unya individual person. Omo back collective soccer.
Yeah.
Nti omo no they play for each other. And you say obi agidi enti na omo bo. Eti fakaka wona fe yanko enu remember na fe NTC politics no
mate mama nchi ana nchi ati form say share ya che papa tinena no eniema yi kakra mzo meti afa na ja
okay
ya be kire adwen kakra ko de du menze ankan adwena eti kura be pai
Mani na ya mai.
Nyina dia. Oni aso di ka tag me dada. So you controversial ba me jitum.
Yeah. Oh myself me be about the no shit. Firebrand. Firebrand.
Na mo se welcome no mo ko edey. Ghana form ko edey.
Also ko jiaba.
Mo ko ji.
E ko fo bi e dey you ka me fa my tie for that. E ko be about set here be serious.
Jose.
Obi aye dey yewie dada. Say Ghana for Kraji Cup and this.
Yes. The results from the first game to the final.
Oh, okay.
Also, your first match, the Uruguay, you show 2-1. Second match, you Portugal, 2-2. Third match, you show South Korea for 1-0. Near qualifier, near the Cameroon for round of 16. The Hokusha, the bubble 1-1. Now extra time, no. Yeah, show 2-1. If you are quarterfinals, in Spain, you show Spain 2-1. If you are semi-finals, in Netherlands. The bubble 1-1. Now if you show 5-4 penalties. Now go the crack one. What are you? Hey, France. Final no. You be 2-1. Now you Mondial no. SC national.
the Bimbi, I saw Tiaso and Yakobi. Because in the
prediction,
I prediction, I don't Ghana for. I don't know.
Ghana for than I say. So what me as our prediction, dear mom. Now, Adeba, when you say, I know the Saki Ghana for say, yeah. Ombre beti chomure na fe eneme cost of football no nia de no ma bi fiso but em no wasa mo se mo na e se kamu jama Nigeria foko oh seriously because so Nigeria foko ya bi akebeboa ka Ghana hu bi papa bi ametumi akono I'm not obi o no team obeka se bi ade make no na me nyadwe me ma dwen na make o dia se katakura host to World Cup no FIFA ranking they are 50th position in the world. Ghana more than 59th position. It is among the teams that call World Cup now, the low ranked team in Qatar in terms of FIFA ranking, no, Ghana na first. Muna muda talk ra. Ena muda kwa World Cup. Na na muda de komo.
Tournament.
Tournament. Yes. Wako tournament Japan ball be 4. Tournament amuko Japan. Kura no mo kwa 9. Na World Cup. And I know say friendly match. It is World Cup we know. The best team in the world, the best national teams in the world. And echo World Cup no. Ese sa na ogredi no se ewiase nyina amaye nimbo ana omobobo nyina no omomnimbo pa the best and ekosia no but among the best no mo na mo ye worst among the best ndi no mo ha mo say mo kwa akwaje World Cup na in fact
all this argument about 2006 na check for that second
oh za ba mo share omo mo 2-0 mo share Germany mo mo bobo draw na ade o mo ya ade kire mo hu se team am de call ye no ne bi na mo de call nei that na mo striker asamoah jan onyenyenye kura na obotum one the highest goal scorer in the World Cup in terms of even Africa what you say 6 goals what you say followed by Bia Rojamela money ade you know, and then when they Obama, minim Inaki, he's good, but the first time in the national team in such a big tournament. Anyway, Omodiano Uzababia woman said, he will play his out outside of Bono or Bonisa. Just a Bibia, a Hubia man.
I just need a service or these services.
But, maybe problem is wait, now was it? That's the lesson when I am. Utado menya shoso utado na
ware
na so jefe de so man am selection on dia coach omna selection on dia coach masa mama kama sam do ba no wa mama kama sam masa
right guy where dey
no say family member we are family member if I say of the kind of so on Ghana ni oh
sir no crack da wa mo kan no
Egypt no free Nairobi
no crack Jeffrey Shop ball England bu coach timi kase Dabi Sawankobia
Gambia men why hope say no go share no konfo kan no crack your team
no
Jeffrey Shop
himself that's the point
masa now dia na Jeffrey Shop and ko World Cup Libya Sawankobia Cup Libya obi ani ni nyasem but comment about comment wo ho no gentia wo chere ntia want me akobi no it doesn't make sense. Oba ka tell me say
obi support
etima min kama say
Mami Kasayen Ghana for you can disagree with you to other
Atebo padi wa o to ko so echi o me nkasa wa sa be echi wa de wi mifi Bogota na mifi Bogota
Caracas
mifi Antigua no krana no mo me nka obi di say Jordan you only Jeffrey about the same team Argentina uti Jordan performance now we can say Jeffrey unya time
okay they say ya condemn
over so the point
me condemn
no be a Ghana
ade na kasa World Cup na kasa what you say emfa what you say what you say emfa ndimu hamu za mo kwa kwaje World Cup because ade na nya enye what you say ade na nya enye say mu goalkeeping department rekura he na say mu hu de mo yamu yes artist game first on first choice obi the team we consider more than 21 goals we consider about 21 goals of late we say on your first team dan lad what do you say ya na be say ya So yeah, because ketokre kumu manu kakra hanma na say eti na bia meka no eti GF asemba ya kwesi ntechi asemba yi we na meka yi esi eti se de eti se kokore wo nya de kokore de ade wo se kwesi ntechi nye na kofa ketokre kuba it the same thing kwesi ntechi nye na kofa George Fie ba it the same thing because owu na kata ejuma ko na no we what you say kata na no we me ba last time me be some guys me wa ko bra so ka mo Ghana manga tro machu wo film because the way you see masa nyesika na mini to me abu am kwa no mo sika no kwa wa yere wa to is it team na dia ye gola na ze here what titon so one more masro ya ma more masro what you say frustration here too much and then mudi baba Raman ko bi na also ko je wake up baba Raman wodi na ko wake up so ko je wake up na Ghana mo serious baba Raman opo be yan way baba Raman ko bi so ko je wake up
be patriotic
just am you serious cry kikaja wake up na mo ko ne in fact the best biano
na me pesa
wake up na mo ko ne the best biano mo fa ne sa because sikana dia mo ko shina ba sikana na mo ko shina ba sikana kwa de mo dikash na mo ko don ko Ghana sikana obia wo shina yenka ya ka na ba
$2 on be diaba
me say nei wo ko je fi just akwaba conference afi yanka mo advice on dia ma nyina mfa ni nyina ne say sikana na mo pesa mo ko shina tournament amunya mo ekura modika tua ayi so modika tua bonus na mo wi me ba ojo ya men yes ade na we ase so ada so we pia ma ya na je fara
so misinformation ntuai no ntuai
okay o de yan fanchiro na me de me nya me support Ghana me team e ko team tournament no you go and support them
okay
big time yeah you go
support you controversial
akwanta de sabe go
obachibo come here so support Uruguay oba on critical Uruguay team yen Ghana for there yen say Ebeka Ghana sam because apia de oye no e de be there because apia your friend say Otuado he's done some mistakes ya can we but it doesn't change the fact that that's what Ghana for until you pull your
mistake amamu ko akoyem from so baby
na Brazil squad no crowns a legend BDD year time say Martinelli in this
Ronaldo
Martinelli say disgrace embarrassment say what Martinelli so that's the point I'm trying to make
team
professional squad by first no cry can say Martinelli come say how on earth but the legend Ronaldo so say embarrassment say Brazil de Martinelli ko work up
but 94 no ko work up by US bola Beto no Romario
obiane ne Arsenal ni designer be
eba national team
Arsenal ni de wow Kalusha de your better has Ronaldo assist in 50 bi no ye what was Ronaldo Martinelli boy nye bi ni Ronaldo the original Ronaldo mu dia na ke
original top most club in the world at the moment on top player also mo for work up now no coach Ronaldo
what team crowd
if you are not even a known coach we about crowd we fly say me dey be no the point is that my pep
and then Ronaldo no manu chone
my pep and I say we Jurgen Klopp can now Ronaldo now for
Brazil press me say was obi anu aka uniform we
exactly not team the best club the best league in the world and the best place for the best club in the world at the moment the best club in the world currently exactly yeah the best league in the
the best club
now club football
club and basa mu nyina na
top of the table top of the table top of the table Professor Kebe Abrantem top of the table also be a shower and the UPN the one go buy say Ronaldo on coach we put that
so in all honesty so we sports pa now the Martinelli to Ronaldo who say ball Martinelli ball e be na Ronaldo original nya Cristiano crowd
or the Champions League Ronaldo or the Champions League
na Martinelli waje ne
now what dey some na now what about the
comparison and what about the Mbappe would design waje World Cup ana oji euros enye age ne edeka
yes abowu ya abowu no nye wi enfra no dwanfu ono dwanfu
why ye bia wie na wo
ono Ronaldo dwanfu
ana mpanifo so se sa wonya tenten nsira kwatia
ono Ronaldo dwanfu
mo me nya tebo na emera
na Switzerland
I just apologize politics me ya be
that goat
mo me ya koso manicho
Martinelli be je World Cup ade ade bon run no ya ha
ni so ma me kasa bia
manike
kasa sa me ofie manitwa
me kasa Ghana Switzerland me kebi o pop so kasa Brantem o be so kasa Brantem ye pese kasa Brantem
ene de Brantem
ye Brantem ye kasa
ya
Brantem be kasa manike
Brantem obo na ya hwe you know Uruguay Portugal and Korea but then ya hwe Uruguay and Portugal there any no names bi wom but then as a South Korea na amafo ensuba to me me South Korea for no omo me huma because omo collective soccer omo a collective game. What the assessment says that this particular group no can Ghana skate through from this particular group to the next stage of the competition briefly.
I think sir a very delicate group sir on the Osha if you say oh I'm out for judge Portugal by Ronaldo's performance and what is happening around Ronaldo now but Portugal team now, I can bet you say Ronaldo might not even start because almost total team. On say Okan Rafael Leao, now we have Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes.
Pepe. Good old Pepe. Oh, I'm not about good old Pepe.
Pepe Beno Moka.
Pepe, Real Madrid defender Pepe.
Real Madrid defender Pepe.
Or Benfica.
Every day. Oh no, because a new Pepe B has been born in the Portuguese team. Pepe way. He's playing his best. Come on, Pepe there. Jordan, you move fan who is Portugal team no more weapon in Finfine anymore. Yeah, no more strong midfielders.
Diego Dalot, more Ruben Diaz.
That's what I'm saying.
First, João Cancelo.
No, Ruben Diaz. There's somebody of Colombia.
Ruben Diaz.
Oh, Ruben Diaz, a midfield, a defender. Man City defender. That's how can Luis, a more player.
Luis Diaz there.
Luis Diaz, yeah. Ruben Diaz is a fantastic. Now, some also be ordinary Pepe.
João Cancelo.
So I don't know, no, defensive-minded person. Oh, they are more attacking conscious. Oh no, my tackles are what winning here this season. He's effective going up front, but in terms of defending, I'm not saying say be winning, but I'm just saying say Portugal team no, any more, any thing. Oh, say okay, Ruben Diaz we are. Ruben Diaz we are Cancelo say or a suspect. Until I'm seeing a boy and friend saying Brighton boy, Tariq,
attack Lamptey.
Yeah. But Tariq Lamptey said Cancelo be bought three, but Tariq Lamptey on to me ba no running no but mama come as one me chance
Ghana team no nyese bia metaw mo players be bring na fantastic players are fantastic but where to place them to play football na problem we confused and be my mo jigos no more no because hey
lineup na me
why ni dem jai eno de oye na ya na dem no because we are den wo ma ye boy Arsenal boy captain oba misplacing bad position amabo ni kura bofu amabo no beja
party bebo baby SS party bo
me say on she team players are fantastic good what you say
Salis is more offensive than party mon koye edi infa di nkosesa team no
na party oba na share team on defend you obo
na Idrisu no na party na betima bo 6 wala mo say Salis
edi ti sa mo ko use na nimu a mo use na nimu say da bia mo use na nimu na
Granit Xhaka oni party bo a o shego Golo Kante and Antonio Conte.
Ever dey senior for sports
man kan so sports American was akwa sports no wanya tana ko yamo be sa me ne ba me over to obe yes sports ne sa untwa so kwa N'Golo Kante wa Chelsea and under Conte so she goes who say Chelsea win she goes and you alternate with other midfielders but the point is Partey should play in front of the midfield Salis no
wohwe ne ya ne prowessa onye defensive mo ne koto obey suspect on betwa fa no so that's the point. No Manucho, you tournament bobia according to the strengths at least name Moses now co expose you because you want to push party forward.
Double pivot in Salis
double pivot why I don't know about double pivot. Why do you always why a coach I bet you demo that be a double pivot? One analysis be a double pivot. Double pivot say we don't back three. Who see a more back three? Who says you can't go about double pivot? Double two minutes. So
Otuado on ring back no. So I'm going back now. Double pivot.
No double pivot. Sana here Brazilian go about double pivot. Double pivot. On your second half of boy anye. Second half of boy. No. Papa no dey buy na Kimuna stretchy Brazilian. Second half no boy. Ina Kimuna stretchy the Brazilian because the first half no team ni nyɛ na nyɛ. Omo ntimi nkura ball ni ade. But your team no yes ha. The thing is player like Jeffrey Schlupp, he should have been part of the team. And Sir Joseph Pencil, these were two players of Jao Mufia, Nancy Jao Mufi. So
I Pencil, what the case behind it?
Oh yeah, so many Palmer crackers.
Good. And I know that. Now we make support to Hasman.
Oh, but they make can say it's so bad.
Say, did they be a blessing? The Bianisia,
Manucho, England for name almost squad no. On the player to say Jadon Sancho. Among for Casse, as a Sanko and could make it the team. What I say, there will always be qualms. Tammy Abraham, he's been left out. Among for Christ, Abraham, a woman said this season he hasn't had the best of forms, but from last season goals or then he should have gone. One call. Inti won't mean satisfied in as much as I disagree with Otuado. One name we. I always say when we are not in positions to make decisions, we can only critique. Here we are, then we support the country. Why here unless a player be last minute FIFA be a chance to replace him. Oh, yet
mistake. Did the BMB mistake near can was the mistake.
The equal, you know. Players now they can. May I show Sir Joseph Fence and look on starting. Jeffrey Schlupp on starting. So let's do with the honor of so coach Nankasa press conference or say no the style of play of person Bonti. And all different players and everything everything is on him. But my point is Tesiano, we can't cry over Speltman because they criticize this and Untian support to Ghana Emma Jeffrey Schlupp Emma back in the team. All we can do is to support the team. Just like you said, we should try not to lose against the opening match in Portugal, right? Uruguay. So it is very critical. We shouldn't lose our opening game because Portugal game it looks likely say you beat me lose. But against Korea and Uruguay, honestly, didn't points. At least it means 4 points I be qualify. And say you get 3 points.
Mathematics. So
who strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I mean, if you look at the team, the best team in there. If you look at the team now, a group near them now. Tima mekani say Ukraina oka say obiasi Korea be show but enye easy sir. Tima relatively.
First game in Portugal.
Yeah, because the name say in Portugal. Yeah.
28
Korea. So I was going to say asheshe yamayen. We don't have to lose. All we get to do is at least try and draw against Portugal. Na ya Korea. Na ya Uruguay. Yantimi and Shakrani about dry because Uruguay was strong. Also, be a general Portugal, so but Uruguay was very good team. Some Modawi Nunes, he's finding his rhythm. Yeah. And Ghana, one thing about us is that we tend to do well against the. I was like, you were talking about Germany. No, BRC Germany, but when you're Jordan, you are the Roma, Kayeshe Germany. So I say. So I think that. It looks tough.
Okay.
But more be able to qualify. Players no more tournament. We are different from some more friendly match. You qualify.
Manicho, Switzerland politics na Switzerland 17th. Wasugu so utie Unity Radio. Check transition ako politics na fe bibia tu akoso but answer ebe kono comments bi aba ama for messages ama send on Facebook no men can kind of yen call politics in so Otio, please slow down. Why as a commercial I say Otio, please slow down. Why first fellas Osafo Osi Kalu Manucho, greetings to you all. I say tell Otio Mensa I miss him too much. Fellas Osafo and fellas Osafo I say Otio more fire more fire. As a commercial so about Otio, please, if Mama Rama is selected, that does not mean that he's going to be fixed for the first 11. He's part of the 26 selected, but he might not be featured at all. I don't know as a commercial. Also, Paul, please, we will win Portugal game. Be brave, sir. As a commercial is there. Also, Paul, please, we can win the Portugal game. Why? And we shall use Portugal as turkey for the Thanksgiving. Nina as a mesa Sema or the I don't know. It's I was say it's testify. It's politics na fe asana ebe kono omiete Kofi Wayo kakra. Kofi Wayo say.
Here my friend, our problem is our leaders. You remember our great grandmother? Yeah, Santua. Did she depend on World Bank? Did she depend on Abrofo? She didn't. Right? And you change, Oduman Kuma Tradion Pong, Woso, Otutu Tata, Baba Bibi Baba. You don't stand up for your rights. Democracy means if you do not criticize your condition, you understand, you're a traitor to the nation. Go see the castle. Go and see the people they got there. Dr. Kwame Naminimshi, he's there. Professor Dr. Mwasam Kwana Mishai, he's there. Dr. Professor Emeritus Kitwabiana Miredi, he's there. Nana Kuntumpo the first, he's there. Evangelist, Bishop, Asore Sikakwana Miria, they are there. They don't do nothing for you. We have no water. We have no light. Look, a small road they're building. They can't do it. From Accra to Kumasi should be a 4-lane highway. And I'll build it because I know how to build it.
Asampaetia Obanyansa foso wo munibia wanka na asam te mafutu sam kakre wa supreme yo kofi oman ya woman omani ya mama na eni baby ako wacha za ya wareni wonsom wanini pa
you remember for Ashimbium Asama obi bia kwaba. Say omani your mind, omani su emi mind. Say Kofi Wayo the next sema ba beto dwade and the young momodia na yento nhihye so ne nka politics nim. Yan sema ene ye start political talk show no ene ye tenants union. Hey, Ghana so tenants union. Ghana mo give government 6-day ultimatum say sagreme e dan no person obeton no. Omo ne nya adwene enya chanda na sesma ban ne candidate ebe ya nkonsansa na adwene na sagrema ono abetumi abomodin na so watumi aye bibia ma bibia tumi akonkan a nti ne ton abeton ne de omo njintu se eso moton Maricho ma me start sagrema issue no tenants union of Ghana anya na ka minu se tenant
union of Ghana omo si fie obi si ni fie no na mo form associations o motive anyway there's unity in numbers if you have a sizable number you can really fight the system but as a civil engineer, I mean, I'll talk from a professional point of view and everything. I'm forced to agree with them. You see, in some of these projects, if you want to sell, I mean, value for money and shawunya, because government now you control water, you control electricity. You can
as can say they need about $46 million to do the electricity, water, and the roads.
Provide services.
To services.
Now, that way, so 60 million being in total, like $196 million is needed to be realized before that project can be completed. I agree that in principle, and this is vulnerable because we share amount of share projects in the mass canasa. Yeah, almost they've expended all the budgets, about 98%. That's a win in add-ons they were not really done. It is bad. From the system. But the point here is that see, you're careful, you not get value for money. we are expecting that anchor government institutions, you see, provisional, no market says providing, they are government institutions, what can easily do them? We can go into a battle with them so that we can rather complete the project, sell some of them. I mean, the prices will be all over the newspapers. Some should be rented, some should be sold. So in principle, we are trying to see the system, the rich, they want to be an affordable housing. The whole idea was that Uncle Obiodan Quanchen in Accra or Circle or that way, because back in UK, my research work took me to where said Ghana knew about 2 million deficits of, as of 2016, I'm here way, not 2 million. They research 2 million deficits of housing over Ghana. Yeah, because I done quite 2 million in arrears. And a few crop back could be as a nipa 2 netimukran as a nipa fiber. About 10 million people in Ghana don't have decent accommodation. That's why some of these things became handy. And the idea was that yama poor people, and also it should be affordable, because landlords in the for more 3 years advance, 5 years advance in the idea. It's like a government year, we no catch us. All you need is we a government person, you pay 6 months to be near idea, and so say so that at least people will be able to commute beautifully. See, and we are reverting to the system, and yet careful, like the rich will buy them, then begin to give them out at exorbitant prices again, because there's no equilibrium. Idea there's a very cheaper demand and supply. People still need accommodation. To make Scafone, they will still make money out of it. Even the dollar situation, somebody genuinely needs the dollar to go and buy goods and answer. They are shining past it. So they train rainy season, no year, no more money near there. So I think that the tenants couldn't have said it any better that I count 2 years to go, and also for administration to go for another person to be president. So why do you badly want to finish this one before you go? You saw what happened in the Japan business now. They stood firmly and it didn't, because as of now, Minister for Works and Housing, we are still not convinced. I'm not convinced that the best way now is for Sagleme to be given to a private developer to complete it and sell them. And can you BOT and can you 10 key ways for man non-complete, non-fan renting after about 2 to 5 years and then revert it back to Ghana? I think those ones will rather make a lot of sense, and people will do it. So an analysis won't say, okay, maybe 10 years make you make profits from this, make this amount of profit. Now the Ghana government, because you claim you don't have money to complete it. Interestingly, see 100 million crowd, but you have money for a cathedral. I mean, people are mad at some of these things that we have benefited larger masses and solve problems, immediate problems. Any women are not becoming what you are looking at, but rather give it to somebody else. And we know what happens in Ghana, and people have even mentioned that in any case, Kufuor also had some affordable housing. Why this very one needs to go before they leave in 2 years? I mean, and also this current president leaves power, because in Ghana power is subverted or in the presidency. In turn, why not and say, you know what? I wouldn't let Sagleme life follow. I will bring it to a closure before I leave. But the closure is not what Ghanaians are looking at. We believe that they are still managing it. I don't think they've sold all the housing units. So why don't you give it to a government institution, so that at the end of the day they can even solicit for money? Because you see, I'm able to cry their loan. Because at the end of the day, if you know very well that these are immovable properties, at the end of the day, it's a bank within the Shema. That's in terms of loan. When we say the collateral is the 1, 2, obey realizing it's a Kenya profit. And 3, Ghana still will own the place. Now, I know. You see, when it comes to culture of maintenance, now there are some of these things, they are major. Why you're careful? Because people sell properties. I mean, you say a lot of estate people, they rather build and sell. I don't know, but I don't know for renting. When things begin going south, Charlie, and easy, because plumbing will spoil. You need to work on your glazing. It comes with extra cost. So it's easy to own properties and decide that you are going to rent it out near there. But in any case, I think it will be a best bet for Ghana than just giving it to a private developer. Say, she said, why careful? What will happen is that you're being a bidding. You're the highest bidder and I said lowest bidder. At the end of the day, people have the view that before some of these things are even put out there, then they finish the projects already. And I know what happens in a real world. I've worked with a consultant before. When you say never people see me hanya, because we've been called branch your project in I've been called lobbying my ideas to say, you know what, this project, why don't you just sell it out? I'm ready to buy it, then develop it and blah blah blah. Until be a groundworks in your way. Into where you say, Opa me no theater, oh yeah, they are my shining star development and estate developers.
Manucho,
they want it.
Only say you penny phone your mom makonya say omubu mana omubu mine it said because personal property because then yes o maisika we janu wo nwurem na to aso no some of
a child 6 years down the line. You are be a friend no user defect. They be a minimum boss cast them. You see that see one not for 1 year you see ebe kono na defect on as simple say you see it. Because your construction defect, user defect, and non-user defect. When you see a that young dem near there no, you come back assessing your dem. They can put it to practice. Then for the for 5 years, will be on them. Then you could be in after 5 years. You see that things I don't know, but these are divine. Nature has a way of spoiling everything there for you. See, Dan, because you see, I know said there are lots of cracks near the now on the building. But the point is what you really said. Maybe mission they crowd, they back mission. It's yes near the better now you can because they believe that power resides in the people. But African, you say power resides in the government or the leaders, which should not be the way. Anka Tenants Association Amasi. Anka their pressure groups they need to be listened to. But I am in support with them that the way things are going, we've not seen the whole document. But that upon the beach, I'm sure no. I think somebody saying it's coming from the minister for Western Housing. Then we give credence to it that then it's a well thought through plan. But I don't think that 1,506 housing units are just stages of completion. It's so massive and huge that when you're careful, you let it go too low and you begin to hurt. Just like the Vodafone situation now, Ghana, you don't try and I know who say because they are meant to help. You're purely a capitalist country because institutions don't work. You practice capitalism and social communism kakra because we need to balance it. But so we say no one you're careful, you end up giving the highest bidder. It will defeat ever the purpose of making it affordable housing units for the less privileged or the non-low income earners in the system. Okay, thank you so much. Otio, remember our Sagleme tenants union. You crowd coming TV that. Say Ghana tenants union. Sagleme issues any tenancy. We don't buy a say government or to be to 6 days, you know, and you can say, say, you know, Castle or Cotono, man in Cotton cry, man in Mon Pem Castle or Cotono. Me no more yajune, me no more yajune, some because I buy and tongue. On the yet to Maimu in him said, ye, I buy a wajapadia, almost see a control no fa because say, well, might say Ghana, no, might say Ghana. Me things in chain, but me rem kitu ebi na me fambe de me point. Na no aye se e ko wake up. Senegal kodu ye play on the control kodu e na atron say Senegal airline e na wo de koye o man na dia. Ghana Airways net sen sabra na Ghana Airways o net sen. E den na Ghana Airways guye. E den na Lawrence buy o the diversity implementation program buy. Aban nyuma hodo an na Kwame Nkrumah trimupo. Who said that bia or my Ghana bet me oil. Now we see oil refinery see was said that beer or drink kind no ye no and nay sab fini yuma how do Kwame Nkrumah be nyina no ene e ko si sen enti ne wo de no ubun kompohe wachi na hwe sagleme de ya na ban so oton a na me ni aban ya adwene fi se e be wiase no affordable no nya affordable e be wiase no kra no. Those top hierarchies, no, from say, one casa on Wasser Nano, or Mechamo Mwafa. Ome Shisha Chirama, Omunian between their names, but nay, Penifonadia. What you say? It means who say, I buy as a so Jim. Because I may share once a me, $2 million, yes, Kakatoa. But in Adama say for Tias and says, Sagleme project, no, it was NDC administration. President of Infrastructure, Mampenida Da, John Dramani Mahama, Ono, Nabresun Eshasiye. That was 2012. And a project no Eshasiye, Omo Dwenjwe Honia Dia. But agreement was signed by the former minister, the then minister, Collins Dauda. The agreement was signed. I think they were signed the agreement on June 4th, January 4th, 2013. And almost signed agreement, construction and procurement agreement, Collins Dauda signed. What I say, you said attaching minister, former minister by and some see Munina, say chief director be cross sign. The signature the Koyisi Kabi 5 million. Just a who say
say yet I'm a dying who seek a crobia to me, you be a goodie, Branay, what fun where this is such a and our tiny idea. What is the guarantee? Sababit Nyake, Sapri, if a barber qua baba, a baby aseno, you best have Bokama, what will cry? This is you could bring your to go. Because you see the beer. So I mean, your casa, even court of maintenance. Kuma Banida Dako for Bohemia Stadium, Ball, African Cup, nay, under 20 Cup near the Adi. And then, Master Sports Stadium, Mom call Crasy, bathroom 20 minutes. Court of maintenance. What do you mean, Sumani? It's many a band by Adne. Sir Oberton, a determined for no, Miss Roma, Omunya Botre, Nemum, say a Cassie, James Abana contra, Emfa. Because say, who is a project you crash us, you know? Attaching a bell, but can't say, Sika DB, Sikano cry down in our ride, Asa, as we project, no, you treat this camera contract, but in Rube, yeah. Emma 5,000 unit block no crown, so, or flat no more, you know. Korea say, Collins out the crowd in Sako car contract, no, it is 5,000, no, or my 1,005. But even in total, crown, in your 5,000, you work 1,024 flat, any other. And some of what doors will be. It is a show way, Bua, way on Sika, way, DB, way, no be a bonnet uncle so what. I'm said about private entity. Na Orania, a beboa, a buying him. Because Ghana de, or my native, Sabawa Japadia, and more minor. A better padia be a more minor. Yet, Timamu, Ama private PDCs, et me ecoto, crude eber funny. Oh, Tamari refinery. Near to crude near Tam recruit Quaponting, near Corafan, near Sadiapa.
Oba Benetimi.
Oba Benetimi. It will marry a man who was Japadia. And what? It mesre. Tenant Association of Ghana, yes, Ramada. Someone ni Bibia Mudibabra, Monfanco, landlord Fosso. Woman 6 months agreement as someone way. No much 6 months, what more call it, rent. And they been 3 years, 4 years, no. And no more once some car, Moncoca. Nothing more for. Ah, some woman need 3 years agreement. Money, I could try tenant a landlord for no matter baby atana more must do your mojumano, Monka be more, Omni Yamwa, and that buying. Okay, Timisamo, or more money, no munyam, not buying tongue, 9 individual biana, private entity be of Babiano, almost some cost, private entity be some obeying yes and Sababe. Okay, that's it. Opo Saglame Saglame issue. Tenants, our government ultimatum. Sir,
Mike no. No, I want to know my level. Sometimes I level no from. Mse Kalusha say Okasa. So I'll call Urban Bar. Yeah. No level no high.
Mercy. But man, sir.
Mistake in any sense. May I agree to what he's saying? Okay. Kalu, I think, sir, we did touch base on this topic yesterday, and one person, and now it's a piece news, no. And as I know, I'm telling me program no be our casa program no subia. As I'm all can. I didn't think necessary as a country. Now, be a be for ourselves as government. Yes, yaton. Now, Otu Kasano, I was writing some points, but I think I'll be forced to even leave that. Wow, Kasano says Senegal for Koye, Senegal Airlines, and I'm the call Lande. But how did Ghana Airways get collapsed? Eti on you touch base on culture of maintenance, and the minister even said it, right? Ghana Airways gone. You did talk about Kwame Nkrumah vision he had of creating jobs for Ghana nationally. And now Rollins did divestiture implementation and now say a big collapse jobs. When we have a property and we say we should sell the property to local developers because of culture of maintenance, a defeatist purpose. A defeat. Then don't complain about a new egu. Because we have a culture of not doing maintenance. I said this yesterday. Say your minus ye yare. Na say to me no me drone say ho yare na da bia no. Yes ye yare nti yenye say we can never develop if we have culture of maintenance. And na me bisa say what is culture of maintenance? This 1,500 units, if the government puts the buildings under his own umbrella, he hires people. What you say? omoye cleaners, omoye way because you're going to take rent. In any case, Chrome higher tino. And na me my example. There be as politicians no more ya ade na say ebebo omo dia na omo de America kura ahochiraba. But the reverse no matter atwene. Abaye japade bia Ghana be ye bia.
Who say Ghana Ghana corporate institution Ghana first government institutions you know. Ya mom konya so omonya yi na okomo ye biara but private institutions.
You see that is the same problem now Kalusha. Otio Kasani did talk about can be about Sika attachment. Was it attachment?
Listen to 5 million.
You see the problem you want until my vastly disappointed in this administration. Your problem yes sir culture of maintenance. Your problem yes sir we don't punish people. How can a home minister come and sit on radio and say chief director the main signature $5 million plus $2 million $7 million and then nothing gets done. It is a say call private and a Ghana in year though. No, sir, what can
I one of contention is a public institution be or touch it best because a stadium. Stadium
Alicia, I'm making it simple. I'm making it simple.
No just mortality. Let's say I didn't know my first or buy there no munye. You go for more offices. Awa ya mukwa about 12 for my judgment no mucha private
is talking about what is the essence of the government law enforcement in say Chrome how bet my sir na make us ada na ya na mo comparison say America near boy in Ghana near boy there and you okay but the reverse say you are talking about maintenance culture efficiency and effectiveness. Why can't we implement that in Ghana? Abai no Ejuma is saying. You see, I was talking about this yesterday. But me about office. The first 1 or 2 months, Ministry of Information for Bedru no at your office. One man term next time. So then, if you can't help the country protect your properties, maybe be a tehani can oil asem. Enra nano I will tell you analysis. You were talking about that. A whole oil discovery. Ya turning in the amount for Ghana there royalties of 10%. What are we leaving for the generations to come? Come here, affordable housing waha. Mebwa. Yeah. Abai wo fie san private for the man for tenem etuaka. We have poor people in Ghana. That is the essence of having affordable housing in Ghana. Enye de bia na wo say abai wo de ubeja ube on say did you listen to the consultant now? There's this story that I was reading. Consultant now Onuna and I almost started Sagleme housing project. Yeah, almost a friend of Dr. Kenyatta Bezu also. What's in the interview ne? Or see, Sadia we na a kufuado abayin person and I said it here yesterday. Said, oh, it's a matter of 2 years neko into be penny retirement seeker. Ghana, what we say aton in the interest of the country da. That is the point. It is a maintenance, culture of maintenance, and the Kumasi Stadium, the point is the government should be effective and efficient. Hire people. Every day. Uko UK Italy San Siro nya bandia. Yen clean you. National Sports Authority kotoko bobola no what musika nyina has bobola no what musika nyina. Where does the money go? The money is supposed to take care of the stadium.
The angles there in a picking in a good angle. But I say Ghana no I didn't abide it here. I go follow me mano. I say inform
you keep repeating yourself. The point I'm saying is if I employ you, okay? If I employ you, na unya juma says oh yeah, what do I have to do? Okay, so that is my question. Should we continue like that?
No,
some say yeah, very sad. Or 5 million. Some mimi tears are touching interview now till now. But when I went to Dubai, Ekoka said go there, Ghana ship called Dubai. Total or called Dubai almost 7 billion. But on the shores of Ghana, 2 billion. And a true yeah. Into $5 billion no, baby will be ambitious. And now what in was MBM? So the government is just ineffective and inefficient. That's the whole thing. You know, it comes down to yababa minim some baba so sa say economy asama. Ya punishing us ya. Kalusha omano yaba say no because we can't give everything affordable housing. And now no minister of housing called parliament. Your housing deficit or the buy so hu. Yeah. And nipa dakwan ho man ntimi nya bibi mo ne tema mu fo. enipa dakwan we binya baby na you see dime mako 1,500 units completed though. Once the other assassination was supposed to take 5,000. And I 5,506. See why you no the why you and I would take consultant now. See Kana Muko 42 million say no between Suni Adenokra. A DOS where 21 million should do everything.
Exactly.
He's going on a consultant or static program. So the point is, and Emra Mikasa and the President Kufuor Ghana Telecom. At the end of the day, and say a dear interest and I for 1 tier or bribe MPs. A dear interest and another President Kufuor or into your bribe MPs. Into Ghana no president bia betena so no PDS nsamba yanti kroma yanti yanti omo ba no so mo beton ade they don't sell the things say we okay kroma no mo so omo ton in the interest of the country. Ghana yanton ade in the interest of the country
say omo ton de akosi more. But that's what Asanso Bachi said. The omo ton the sana akosi more affordable housing. All over but like
no, so may I listen to you also so that the private developer no take you over. No build the account, but then the omo and omo bechi huska. Then the private take you over no the account. Until BBS can omo somebody could see
baby from.
But I was saying this yesterday. Kromha ubi so tio ekurasi ni ha. Oh enra na omo kase na Mahama si dan no ekwan ni ho. E den anwane eyiko ho. Say one entire roads now, fine. He was supposed to have done it. He didn't. Until I say government is a continuum process. Yeah, government is a continuum process. It is a binary, but when you are say Ghana form in your baby now, your housing deficit was high. No, was 1,500 units. Oba, and yet Mahama Sikano this year, a Ghana for Sikani this year. Until now, so do it to me. I am a project. You know, are useful to the country? No, why? And so no crap. Papa, my example, I say right now, no, you to me in fact Ghana they say kind of pipe. You to me in fact pipe. Run up. You to me in fact. You to me in fact
30 base.
You to me in fact pipe on course here. Was he running borehole? What you say borehole units? Now you see manager the or you should 10 be. Higher elevated water tank
support.
Now you gravity.
Yeah, and supply the gravity.
Oh, and also say nipa betna ho baby. And also electricity crown no Ghana no we na only electricity. So your project you can and a Chrome has say obi si dan ya the ensure any light to crack hansa na project in starting
services.
And this is government project. So what I say obi site I individual site or per light to use protocol na yakoya ma no.
The government how much
minister there na yakoya ma no free. Now, by now, yeah, dear, Yakofa 42 million. I bet you say, oh, Ghana, so more yesterday, oh, Yari Winti, Yanton, and the saddest aspect is a Yanton, wow, mino, and on the hamino, Yaton and Yaton, Papa, no cream. Naka, yeah, but Yanton, where Mukasa, that's what the man was saying, so be the quiet retirement money, or more about formal company, and we'll come back to Galamsey economy, no. Papa na yi na de no unim say there were some things he had done tin na MPC enyu one kind of foreta or no form company e man no contract any other a lot of things into omo ya de they do it DC na iti na Sam Galamsey one say ote o se mfie mienu akai obu ogum nti that is what is going to happen. And I support the tenant union on which asem am kan interview na so ote peace news or say yan see eje rent them allow me can say the omoji 2 years in advance 2 years ne wan aban so on pene enipa nya ba bi ntina wo sisi dan wo ya aban na ye individuals ye dan ye ye a so on pene na wo si dan so de babu an krofo a wo se wo ton nti ye so ye ma no 6 days ultimatum on reverse ye pene man ton. And the building and the project is for Ghanaians. We what enra nipa ba ku bi kasa wo say you no nko apani ba ku bi wo say you obeye 1 man demonstration ewo Ghana kro no nko a obeye so we nya supporter obeye 1 man demonstrations akopem say ombe jai daniton okay tade na ye no kalu say ya mfa ye na ye nsi form na da bia ye nton otu make it very fantastic kaya wo Ghana Airways. Why should Ghana Airways collapse? Obekomuno na ade ne kogu obi ekogu sikana enye Airways na enye airline na enye adwuma o enye adwuma. Once and no, I mean, no, because I catch us a Ghana a problem. You need problem. Your problem are your wastages. Any lack of enforcement of laws.
Yeah, institutions.
Yen punishing nipa. Now we one minister pa krom ha. Ya no mo comparison ya na me ya. Dia babu omo no dia no mo dia ye krom ha. One minister be na betumi akwatena CNN maybe to CNN and I say MSNBC and Fox and whatever no aka say you use me signature signing $5 million scanner ira no afa now minister now minister now plus I say 450 oh come here comparison now no my ye dey be favor mo US aduane boy dey baby so tio say first adwuma no ye no say so for be 2 minutes scan no ogina no anoje everything has gone up I pay kosro enema bo akosro Ghana ntisa. There's no stability. There's no people are suffering.
Just 1 second. Maybe we can put the say the Okano culture of maintenance near 1. And now say a bam fossil on 2. Nina counter enjuma because you're to mem necessary. They can it all lies between these two political parties. And that's I'm making. Oh, because I buy Weber court now Weber. Just a chronics, a family and friends, a number 4
one taken at the Japan last week. This week and last week, GTV no. Oh, Messenger man. I was politics on you king free in your also moya. What I say? Also mo baba campaign no mo power show mo shoes. No so be power. Any almost. Lady ni say, na say na also a politician also no me am a businessman so I say you okay for me can ho ya crop.
Just it. Oh, king. Kitwa bi dey ya kan nyina ne say it lies between these two political parties. Omuna MYN because we are better ni fan. Bonkumfo be gina mu a ekoto ni fa bonkuma na ni fa fon so ye eti yes because yet omamu hwe unim se brebi e ba se oxygen plant esi kolebu nyadwuma abade nyadwuma na kwabna ne akofa cylinder nketua ni bi na ono de rent aban na bad yeri sibo ena ma ayi a plus ko kan hu ya yin o
na papa bi otimi ono no Ghana no haba na se no akono ka se air condition wo hu ya mobo no esen ko use 13 or use 11
what you say
Ghana
gas na nya
Ghana gas Ghana aviation bibi
yes yetiama Professor Mes
Ghana maritime aviation
Professor Mes my appointment Professor Mes will be appointment na ni pakro 2 good years na o the hotel dan ya esiama no esi ho so onam no boka hotel no dem of hotel ko adwuma ba eti yanyi ma no it like era yan punish pa no ma to mam na say o punish pa
ka lu say yan resolve that problem na e ka say o culture of maintenance we nti na dia will be running away
yan punish pa
Kabna Japan ba no ti asemo kan politicians solve problems. Because leadership is about decision making. Problems are minor.
Prompt decision making.
Nana do the teasers are not paying now. Yet is the come there. You be easy cano. Ghana here mine. Amamo born in tia. Amamo born in decision making. Okay, decision making. It is a what bad. Make the right decision. Punish people.
We were penny at your mom. I could see cancer no could depend. It start from the top. I didn't hear
about NDC for trouble.
Yes, it's a
no. What the story no Ghana? You can also 500,000.
Yamapon can do
Obi a ono no Prem's regional chairman
regional.
Ghana 500,000.
Obamenya a year.
Obamenya position
and me who say I was so happy. Say Ghana for starting yes I did. D na truma the right person you think who qualifies.
Okay.
So who be say I feel no cry. We say I paid 500,000 Ghana cedis.
And MPP time Central Region Obi anga to atwe okubu.
I'm so for mama enda eni ko they say me pese be de Gideon Bako Dr. Gideon Buako ne idea no Mensa Thompson. Me say more or less na link with the Galamsey you know. Me fa me no link na eni mu abobo na fa yanku enim. Gideon Bako no say obi fair say suppose investor be friend say person be hu vice there be 200,000 but refuse on one fine asem and according to man expose yakokoba na expose ni ko ba na man for na chas eyi de chas edu boy de asenka akufo do asake na dada because oni nua kinofo yata omunya finance minister Ghana ye boka no mo munya faso because on the Black Star line office bi ha data bank on data bank no ono the Black Star first Black Star line omo Ghana ekwaji busia omo su nya skadi bi enti ono edu ayi de esenka omo eyomu for the executive director of Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability ASEPA Mesa Thompson no o see the time president etwen ya or the asake edu buan no as a conflict of interest bi I'm starting from Charles Boako Gideon Boako ene Mesa Thompson person o link say me say me no na if you na fe akọ Foriata I say all censorship you are omudi na no se bi so koso yi Mesa Bonsu oni gabi ochire omudi awonyam ba ye fa sambi se me na fa King Foriata ni wi Mesa Thompson ene Gideon Dr. Gideon Boako omosema eboba no I don't tell Gideon or try wa ma expose na balance na oba yi say oh you den no fine no corrupt nanka time na kwa na oba ka asem first no you have getting the opportunity to do the investigation wanye akufo ado so amofa wa 80 member parliamentarians call their base the
chairman says so Gabi attack chairman. I think you said we'll come to that.
What we just anticipating say Omar Cry said these two guys are more Minister for Finance and Minister in charge of Finance on also so account you confirm me in the floor why asobrache now if you expose na bana oba in the field there and conflict of interest opo manongo
mama starting feed Dr. Bawumia age no
but you minute ma 5 minutes also ma 5 minutes
11 by 16 na mawie
summarizing
I think say very unfortunate what has happened and just like you said Dr. Bawumia 8 and oka say sa asem na buy na yam pass obi friend say opese obi sharp vice president na so tua ba so no dey wan fan asem because no need interest anything. And now you made a good point, say. Aden na fe na obabeka. Okay. And then uko the other news maker na okana. Ono no say Akufo-Addo nya hwe no.
So nya hwe.
Already Mesa Thompson. Ebi obi oni Mesa Thompson, executive director of Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability. I friend ASEPA. Points are no build. On say nra Kalusha make asem bi wa say. Ebi ane nkomo start ya na edi Ghana no ho. Ye ma no kra nya adwuma. Because kwesi nyantachi video na ba first now I sat here and I said it say you can't tell me say there's no correlation many otu ananti ache okay I have otu minimade otu ope any de ompa ade a me de kono ho a na ni beje ho any ade a na ni nyoni me no na me onim say sa ukofa anyesa me ka ayi corona ba mintumi nyeden enom it is only obi shia na oni udi nkomo se chale dey no pope na intumi fa bi leona you will never even mention corona what me point na say obeka ade a me pe manu chose ono de ono no ade odi benya no yoba intime ka so chale na empe young girls bi na fan catch oh aka under de oka under de oka na say na wo pe mema okay so it's I made a point to say and I'm happy it be a special prosecutor say yeah special prosecutor say yeah investigations so I started probe I was just reading the article I hope say to me I said your work but say I have your mind be nka Dr. Bawumia be probe no and for his own aid to have confirmed said there was indeed the call kai be probe seriously once enra na make say krom ha no edin I had district attorney police for say or review yabo obi charge wa revise charge no police for taking it to the apex court and yes explanation papa no nya ya ka yi na di bagana e betumi esi say attorney general special prosecutor I say now say attorney general assistant intimidate attorney general court it can't happen because of nyama na edi kan bureaucracy ye di hu she nipa mu me I seriously believe that there's substance in that guy no now tie onipa na kan a story na and Nema Adubo and why no time news I wouldn't have enough time to talk about. But Nema why creating businesses on his own himself is on Baba no a formal company conflict of interest obitie kurasi nye bi nye Obi school nya juma nye. They form the companies and reward the contracts to themselves.
Now, they quite say, who say, time ana the data bank there, na mama hono, ono neye, kobo busiane. But when we buy there, na 3 people, when we buy 9, maku, bonda ifono, maku 9, ono chance do buy any there become. Now say 200,000. Say appearance fee. Now who kind of person are you?
Thompson has small can say the earlier accusation nearby no a serious chain we are Nanado there. Then I sat here and said, I'm not going to sing praises for Nanado. Because Nanado himself to me you be the Anka Charles BC shouldn't be in his government. Because this same expose and I expose you Charles BC are no chere say first say bra na menye say mo na me fa nwura na menye say at the end of the day uko fast a CID say if no so ma clear no. And also the share a friend saying presidential Jubilee House.
The company can man for say friend Black Star Holdings.
Yeah, Black Stars. I don't know yeah BC. I don't know yeah. Yeah. So and Nanado side ni question ho. Excavators right. You need to krom ha. Obieti audio we bi. People saying say party here skentini aton. Canada Japan betina radio so ni TV so say. Who say o receipt ayaton bi akoko d'Ivoire. E didn't see but Nanado put his presidency on the line to fight Galamsey. What you say? Into law the president is we know the akwa say Ghana yeshi and there's fire already on his brother, so he's using this guy as a scapegoat. Me, I'm not enthused about the fact that but there's more Nanado should have done before I get to this point.
Why now?
That is the question. Until we say why now? Because akwa for Black Stars hold and the company no say then Black Stars Holding as front runners and a book runners for government bonds, making huge commissions in return. Until now, can say Yako bond saying Maku 9. Because
one company say 9, first 3.
Because anytime we go out, anytime we go out to borrow, as a country, they make money. They make money. Conflict of interest. It's Ghana in here busia cry, you be here busia. So and I'm surprised. Otuoye ka dollar sem. Oh, Saglem, asama yeken. Omo quantify sika no $1 no modika. And so minister now say, I'm on $5 yes, black market for young kochichi omono. Ghana ye bibia, we quantify it in dollar. How do we make our currency even popular?
Okay.
Yeah, kesika sama. I feel sir, I'm with Thompson. If Nanado knows how to sack, he should have kicked out Oforiatta in the first place because he's also doing conflict of interest with Databank. His own MPs have said they don't like him. Vehemently, Ghanaians have advocated they don't want him. Ghana doesn't belong to Nanado ne cousin. It belongs to the people. You see, the power resides with the people. Why force him on us? So I think, sir, this man has been used as a scapegoat. Now, because I listened to one of the MPP communicators say, when the chair say Nanado so corruption. So once a video no buy and Nanado is this the first time a corruption video about one thing?
Na Ghana areho. Omano. Eto be a kasasi na emotionally na
it's very sad.
Because say ti omam na mfomso bi bane antimi antwi nipa bi asa de yekan ya. Say Nanado take good steps about the first incident they konya ntachim case ni buy na enka we ma.
Nam one case cry.
Nam one case buy. Eti nei say Nanado wa taw pa bia. MPP government mu ataw pa bia nipa asase mu kopara taw e bo ache jako.
Yeah.
You should go apologize to that man.
Scapegoat onu so say
one muni na ni ye ba kokra.
Onu so na ese nko kasa na wan kasa fe na o kasa.
What you say? Omuni bo ache jako ye dai ani ni ye. What you say? Ene bo ache jako tifie. E opposition fo ya na pamno because of one mistake ye. Emma, Boacheja, walk over. You sack him, you force him to resign. And then Boacheja and Oforiatta difference between if you Oforiatta is worse than Boacheja.
More than worse. But a buy what free 85 MPs are caught in Jubilee House. Catch them say, oh, I said you may why they say, take my alcohol from no one finance minister Ogobi. Masa, Mumian cannot crack, Ghana from Penocracker. That is the problem. No crack, can you drink? Near shower, near hunger. No crack, can you drink? Or Maribel, you're not. You know, somebody like Utu, Minim say ever talk about the way he was blasting Mahama. He was done MPP communicator. He was speaking for the party.
I was a communicator.
Yeah, but that's what I say. We should think Ghana first. But I say be more two parties. Because yeah, personality of thought.
No, but defend the bonena. Defend the bonena.
Yeah, Mahama dia. Yeah, vanish
what you say? And ne yetikroma galamsey NDC MPP foi wo moa na etuo efritete wo moa wo bia ba o take advantage of the people o moa na etuo me I was in Ghana last year radio popa mu film deputy last minister of France Mekuduga me ko takwa I was mangasem ko takwa
okay
sabra pia tickets ni see me twamo ano pa me sorry ba bia me koda otakwa no me so na boys a boche nkujira ba bi na mbusa wara fo na we mo se me kudu kan crofo site wa kira mo kotu galamse eso ne o hiri bi be kan ye na anu ye ya twitwa ne wo ne no fa se ye po hini na kuno no kwa kan ye dine ade no fiton so otimamuni no wonno nam fam na bre na bre eti ne ye o man edi pa ne ye o man NDC and PP dear pani yo man
very sad
dia dia ni ni pa dia ekoso aban mu minti bi da under the Fourth Republic since 1992 say aban ankasa etie adwa so ne nkofo mo parliament 85 MPs best one say afere level na heading
eso omunyina chairman say omunyina ana what Gabi
under the Fourth Republic since 1992 what be that
Gabi say
what be that
chairman and the mastermind na we
are 2 MPP for anko parliament NDC for akwa na ko he no anko bi NDC for no mo kam say o mo ko o manya ni maye masa ada de ebo ne be yakufo ada Ghana for endey eti udia we pani say akufo adu ndia e sabi obi nyima no si bone wosi Mahama kosa ye nti obi okumase ye nti kroma he said the wo ye nti obi ano wa hye kaba hye straight ene wa bod mi fita duku aboso nti obi a nti woni Mahama mi no difference be no mum yanka no kre Ghana no kre mum yanka se yanka no kra da bia broche fo bebre wo mum fie so bebre at the end of it all no parliamentarians ni MPC ni ministers o mu ye ya no ma betuto fie okroma yeti kroma o nipa bi eni wo mo aban ban fie motwini yeti kroma bi ma betoto eda atua ka okroma
no ma be party
yes o ma betoto na atua ka okroma o so mtikro na mortgage ko no mtimi
yes you tua mortgage bre
o mti kroma no mtua mortgage o mtimi tua mortgage o mtimi to na no matua mortgage but aban ban fie motwini fie nsu ni no e bia beto na atua ka outright
enru nso ye wonsiam
eti no kra be na ye dia na ye ho ma Ghana mu is big NDC MPP masa se yan ka no kra na se Ghana fo am ye ni anahwa the bia meka the same thing ye be kasa be tell do so kasa yeah on say after the Ghana fo ati run is say 1979
oh yes
what say Ghana fo ati say
oh yes
what say Ghana fo kasa say and na santi fo na mu kra kasa aka run is wa ke pe
na enim say de be sie ni
and now bia no run is say do ye 1979 na ati ase they now understand the revolution. Ghana need revolution now. Master,
what type of revolution?
Oh, civil revolution. Civil one. Revolution of mind. But what kind of revolution Ghana needed? Because because
a demonstrations
demonstration ntimi wo mo sankrofo no demonstration
non stop ye tigo abonte so sa
ntimi wo
we need to organize continuously for 1 or 2 months
we NDC for ka mo meka ho ne ntu ofori atam meka ho ne ntu ofori atai me se kotobu nkuma nifa for can different ebeto benkuma nifa bonku for be can different omo nipa baako we should not listen to them Ghana for adwin because they do need there si ahwe uze na say minister of agriculture o ton body o ministry na nam nim say metumi aton body e bancho ministry na motara me komade
na metie na ya kase o say
and ba ira ba ko say ton 5 cities wa kra ministry
o say apart from education Akufo-Addo aban we ba bia sika kopa yes, I will nipano. Koto free. No, agree.
Na kokoro no mso scared.
Yeah. Pan apart from SAHs now, Boka education. The next government is Sika Kopa. I agree. E chanu na ya okesi programs na wutia. O si ministry why Akufo-Addo reshafo a dipa ba ko no so pese Akufo-Addo yini pa eni sa akoto se.
Di Akufo-Addo de se mudi mo ni beto so ba reshafo dia montum na.
Ono mo so onye.
Dia duru de.
Na so atena radio so onye.
Jise bia bibi se bia be pie bi mo so masake o. Na nya sa pa sa reshafo de Ghana fo nyumani. Ti kinkalusha de bi ma sini se dia duru no oman no eye no kre kana ese ka.
Yes,
power to true. Yeah, yan kan kre nche omo. Wo dia se yan kan kre na nche omo a ebe bia no obeba be tuesi ka baji to me. O my Ghana nkwa no se tuesi me be serve. Bible class if you yes Christ so can say if you want to be a leader you need to be serve. You need to serve. And so Ghana there so be serve na serve. It go vice versa. It's serious. It you do need heading.
Okay.
Heading power.
All right. What is so? I remember so by answer me call me kai 1 or 2 comments be 2 p.m. Asante Mampong. Also I'm really enjoying the show live from Mampong. Ndisha bounce back. Greetings to Chairman Nana Kwesi, NDC Ashanti Regional Chairman elect. Okay. All right. After teacher Yamwase, teacher constitution Yamwase. Also when people say in Ahojo, they don't like it, but like to say in Amokum.
Yeah. Let's assume.
If Charles Dubai wants to disgrace Dr. Bawumia, he himself has been disgraced. Nobody born by a woman can take the good name Dr. Bawumia has earned for himself. Nobody can dim his light. Greeting to Honorable Memphis.
Jesus guys. Ebi Akalube kan ho. Osi. Person used to say, I greet you guys in the studio. Ken Kalu, who is the investor going to buy? How much is he going to buy it? Who is the investor related to? My 4-year, I say, my 4-year-old boy asked me, Daddy, is Ghana real? I say, as of 1973, Dubai went to Pakistan to borrow 3 passenger plane. I mean, borrow. Now, Dubai Airline is second largest in the world. In 1973, Ghana had 6 planes. In 2022, right? 0 planes.
Yeah, we borrow. Now you have a wheelbarrow.
All right, what is it? I think.
I think they've said much. Maybe just 1 or 2 minutes. I mean, it has to do with Mensa Thompson saying that Akufo-Addo should have sacked Eduboyin long ago. An opinion be someone say, why do you have in this current times yes in your mind president, finance minister at the presidency? And also your position, Ben. Why do you abrogate a lot of pseudo positions to people? I mean, for them to have money. What finance minister, what assistant me, what some minister at the presidency I mean, maybe they can explain it better, but I feel that
apart from Eduboyin and John Kumasan of Fufrobim.
Okay, and they
finance minister. Can of Oriata Kahwa or 2 under him.
Okay.
John Kumano na MM pure Jusum.
No, it's only a third.
On a third, and Eduboyin a second.
Yeah, way.
Meaning, no, one do Nipa. Now the Omuti way you guys come from the constituency and him pidin my Omuti way. Maza. Best of the same feather.
Interestingly, it should for me. One would have been okay, but he decides to have 2. You see, why people don't even understand is that, expose by idea, you found reason to really tell him to stay off, and even before you judge a man, you have to hear him. I think there's a panic button they are pressing just to impress on Ghanaians.
I'm saying the president spoke to him on phone, according to the minister.
Okay.
I'm saying I'll show you and Alfred Fonso.
No, I'm saying okay, the way you've answered there. Let me just quell the minds of Ghanaians because not just say but I think Thompson is coming from the point that I wanted to reiterate. Say, ministers crack say you didn't listen. It had to take an expose, 1-2 minutes expose for you to really get it sorted. And you see, Ghana do baby when things get hard, and Matisse full about for when people have started praising him. One for them for 0 could do 10. Number 9. I won't say, Mama, why are we doing that to ourselves? You now make them feel that they are superhuman. Into or send you in so yen ye kakrebia. First of all, you shouldn't have even gotten there. That is the point. Just like sometimes you are forced to repeat what on Webekan, community Japan Bekan. We a leader, you don't act responsibly by giving solutions while you are failing. You should rather be giving us solutions. Even more say you are doing the right things and you want to pass. So I think that the whole idea about Charles Dubois in there, and I agree to the school of fact that you see, Bawumia names keep coming up as much as possible. No, because he's not being implicated. People can always use people of influence there. They be use your Mudin out there.
What are some of can say Opiskai
campaign? I mean, it was deep. Maybe Krana Mitibium say, Ninianum or Winyanum Palmia Bear 6. Ninianum, no, so you put them into influential positions. It will force them to. A better how can I catch and say, oh, me pay more this investment. I mean, here, Nipa Buami, but I'll quickly give you his brothers to use. We see the brothers and so they were clipping it down. Cry. No, here's Sky campaign. You see, sometimes we are human beings, we are not dogs. When things come up, you can add 1 to 2 and realize that the answer can only be 3. You understand? Sometimes you can't fault him. Maybe at this point in time, no. So you cut the head. Yeah. They always feel that they are safe. The Yanka says a football way because they had Nyantechi. Nyantechi news. It could have even survived the whole scenario. Yeah. You see, even there's a school of thought that look at this scenario. Obiaka chose Kalisho, Obiaka chose Mepemba. Manichu do Pemba, not the Barbe test me. And I said, let me even use money. Say, oh, Minyeska maybe. I know this guy at testimony maybe I chase me. You get the story. I mean, sometimes the analysis position I think it's shrouded in mystery. He only proves to us that the person is bribable. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that the person has taken a bribe.
For the first time.
It's at least making sense to me now.
Entrapment.
Exactly. Espionage, entrapment, we all agree. But the truth is that but you end up not really exposing a BBAC. Charlie catch him say me we are there. Now trap him na me we are. Na me ja en chese me wi.
Maricho. Mama
na me tie Kwame Dinkra. Na me tie Kwame Dinkra. What do you call Kwame Dinkra opia from Anopai. We say we prekwa ye de preku besi onuma onwe.
Nya na want say make us say minimum wouldn't me an attacher. That's it. Wouldn't some ye week on. I don't know. Obi person ba me che. Yeah.
What I say? Onya corrupter. Obi discover. Yantiam na lawyer me use ko akwasi buachi wo fimi krom akwasi buachi lawyer akwasi buachi wo fimi krom anasa nkono okosai oko twice was over 10 time wo mejelu akwasi buachi we younger wo fimi krom wo fragura krofon so
judges ne
yes yeah we ha ko judge that time otamali was over 10 time wo mejelu wo discover me fie biewa mejelu
na ball no dey krase bi wan
onya corrupt it think can just be discover and trap you and that's for what. No, you see that. We are corrupt that. O man ye timu no.
Now you there.
Yankofo na na makata say sankofo no nyina na mesiam pipi wa bi.
It's manucho. To man na put in perspective. Vice President no be abroad $200,000.
Enja hirma
say friends I'm to example. Appearance fee. $200,000. The first question is one, who office? You are in office of influence. Very powerful office. 200,000 Ojide. Ejuma Ben or Ayamani Pakro. Kromha. That will be the first question. What job did you do to get that 200,000? One donation or foundation. Even Hillary Clinton. Any Donald Trump. Omo foundation crime for donate no. Yes, I investigate you big time because some donations near you do.
Yet Kroma Emma Clinton and then you call Ghana. Yet Chomadi and Omba and Fai. In the name of the country, in the name of the country of the Quabontina, yet Chomadi, almost no. And it's not for you because you are not there to serve your own interests.
You represented the country.
You represent the country. Where Omaya Timino, yet Kroma. Ama obi ayato aba yini se MP we took one free parliament o manuma betra ba bi buso nsia nso nwotwe ni wotikro ye mu ani ni tikroma o mampani aka na no atu tidi ye koso yi de ne bisi
papa you say Donald Trump deputy financial Donald Trump UFC
expose ya ba won ni so no kwani di ne o
na o na
expose nu ji sa papa we
na do wan fu e play an kwhwe Tottenham game Nana do one for private jet.
Private jet mpo. Na we case no
free call now no free
last topic. Like your two topics, the last topic.
That's the point. It's not a matter of soap is but your position matters. But be out to that and not by the panel. Time now, election. Yeah. That's why they were trying to quick one. That's why they were trying to educate.
One topic. Very serious. You push running story. You push coach as well.
Sunshine running story.
Advocate in America.
Last time I remember Habu, Papa is my caucus in Buanum. One name not yet doing Tibon Coso. Just
I mean, you criticize constructively. And this is issue for Galan. Yeah, I know they say Voriata. Chairman said the essential committee need the more details will be unfolded because and then nominate share. Okay. NDC say NDC for 9.
Yeah, minority.
So I'm hoping 17 political parties now.
I think it's a step in the right direction. Ghana chaff no Dawson, concerts no Dawson. I'm running say I spoke about law enforcement, right?
Last one,
easy regulations say as I said when your office our regional any district be and then it goes to constituency. Only be when you're ready to be in power. It is as simple as that. So also be contested as independent there. And you can contest as
in your office.
Yes, I know the one time office on bitumen as a person independent there. But some form political party there, then you have to follow the regulations. And I think it's long overdue. This thing should have been done. The Kwiadonkos, the Fonka. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. It's as simple as that. As much as Uniban's are going to say internet cafe.
Binduri we
atubiga munyina so mati political party oni office kran no be office chochopo ba ku bi no was mati political party. They come in the system to milk the system because Ekwadonko was taken abroad by Mahama. Why was Ekwadonko chosen? Who is Ekwadonko? Okosua bibi also okosua tomatoes ye no dey abebo Ghana. What did he do in the end? Mahama free abam so ne audio no and no blast Mahama. What the cause of it is those parties
eating the tomatoes the DBT part.
Yeah. Until those political parties, you know what they do? They form no my alliance so that when you come it doesn't help the system. I mean, I'm in total agreement with EC. Scrap them. And even more. It is two strong political parties. So be it. So we bet to me a contest because you can contest as an independent candidate.
Yeah.
Until I say independent. For you can go as independent.
Okay.
The ECI correct. Say you make say and I mean you poking. Say Abraham Hama also cry o man economy ne ye din se ye ko senchi na Kwadonko mu nyina dimbi se o ma sika keke so Kwadonko ko senchi de no de bai won fa bi papa bi amfi senchi o ma se o man sika na ye hye no ye ko no odim ye fa no odim eti mi gidi se ebra se ye ka no kra me no kra kana ye kana abi no we are why e ti no ba be gino se yisi anye ne ye. And so when this is a breast, I
think that this thing there, all the political parties will be in agreement with because NDC, one political party, they were crying foul over IPAC meetings. IPAC said we don't call one good.
Now, more intention for defended the end. I think it's a step in the right direction.
Parties now more power need to meet Tom.
Who's that? And some were by IPAC meetings by who's say friends say my no US wakotana Ghana no I crowd party friends say
Apalo
Kofi Apalo who say tesa muye bibia no defend easy muye no defend ade na nyakura no defend it. I think say scrappy be film it good
but unfortunately maybe Ochana betumi apeke South story up the fight between Gabi and number of interest but by time I think say South pick calls but I come up we are saying
Gabi no so
Intina oti everyone say
after the chairman sano say
who was who Gabi who ya hwan
who tietem mama na grow horse we who tietem ya baba be kan adwene
who does Gabi think yes and that yes
chairman sabozu won call constituency to aboburu wa akufuado corner no ya born abo no after the who is Gabi ya baba be kan adwene
yes say contractor
esi kwaness and count down so we dey kwani we dey kwana ni tuntum
oh afa dey biko kan no you know why he's insulting Gabi because because just who do you think you is ye kasem no more or less no it is or denigrate or downgrade or so what I said and then they no na kasa ache Gabi but time Gabi ye name bi aye kan no more defending no more defending no more they pushed him to go and sit on radio and say as the majority leader Baumia Ma Yebeka say a party no can party he was doing a bidding because you are in for no open vice this about Baumia be a leader now you see the system you were fighting for is now fighting against you Sandy we are sitting
all right ebeda abejafasi afa yanko oma ye adwumade ne ema omo no yanko omo so na omo so omo fa omanu disem embra na bibia entimi koso epacho wa onoma no last for no ye 3141 no epacho wona edu so epacho manenko ba ya otibe nka manenko
ke ajam nani jam ata ko jate
ajam manenko
eba wasiro papa na jam te ko ju ko ka dito sama ya men sheri yoba ya bada anati video na so no ti kan je ni te abino ebe ku papa but ye ya and ye ba ye bada se ba mi awon sam na ja adu wa bana na ya kadi ko ye ba ye memu ko ni wa nya de di para waka sa wo bia o di sa no mana ye de bia di fidie be yu di fidie ne be yu di ajo o duma o di o bi ba ko go di no ma sia o wete ni de ehun ya wo ti kana ko jeje wa de na fa confidence na do so ata na mo so na do so e be ko na ba mu be ko ne ka na ba be ko ne ka ya o so ko o mu na se be ya ano bo mu ka won ti ye de anwa no ti yin fu on tem se be ko fo ju atima ade ba na se se fu ya no ye fu on tem na se be ya o ba le ko ba de so den na ti dia de bi no ai ama na se e ga anwa na ma se pa ko mu jabali
wai nanamba na otere nkanu yada wasibye pa nanamba and otere nkanu me pacho wa onoma no 0654 pacho le do so why please wait what do so man ko why has been put on hold please wait
popo mi ana
pacho manenko
how
do file manenko
yo opo de edikan yankupon shiraw aye ne de bia won sharmbo aduma pa na mai Ghana enko nanim mpabo we enka Unity FM aduma ifo nyina enko kama Lucho Kalusha na enko ka chama ya wada ya no America na minchame organizer wo Ghana Joseph Yami minua penyini omanu na enko yie omanu na asa pene anya adubu ayi banu kwa na ese woku ese kinoforiata endinachi Dream katajishani proye no ekosho Bank of Ghana nyina ne dujo no aye kinoforiata ayenti o my Ghana na kinoforiata be ka chese 52.5 billion Ghana cedis so no account then the president Nado ayenu yenti na 2019 5 billion auditor general report then nasi yenti na 2020 12.8 billion Ghana cedis atonsu yenti na 2021 17.4 billion Ghana cedis atonsu Yentana Kobinanti Sikaya Chama parliamentary candidate 1 billion. Party executive party members 500 million, 200 million, 100 million. Yento my Ghana ha. Ana muje both side timber ya esa oya ya magazine nyina dia kwosiawa. Sika muje ya no braba na kinoforiata akufado bawuya. Omude ya abuatimanfo. Akroforiata gusu tiwo as a finance minister. Yentana mampena bobu seleza 700 billion want man fa nyahwe. Ala no mutiwo. Yetana mampeni no akasa rent play 1 hour $20,000 and we already feel me eguya so mampeni akasa na ese resign bawuya na akasa na ese resign inde dollar na mini cedi nu inde damo na mini cedi nu inde pounds na mini cedi nu inde sefa na mini cedi nu inde inflation na yo kanongo kaya nu inde minu ekasa importers and exporters ebre inde kuyani ayedo ye bre you decide intimento fertilizer intimento nemo bosuru ana ekosuru
Audi fara emergency bob tasuna obisu amafo bebre wechi why Audi fara
mi tasunu mi wienu by the grace of the Almighty Allah. Se sample for ikinoforiata no wani omo pomo 2025. Ye best represent mama in. Babi ajapade afabia no MPP for be ba accountability e dey am e mi da se.
Medasi pa. Audi fara na outie in Kano. Pacho wa no mano 0530 Adu Subaneko. Hello,
Daddy Boom.
No man 0530 no Pacho na Adu Subaneko.
Yo, mecha only that boat na ka say.
Daddy board mejo so Maneko.
Yo, mencha bega for am name studio wa efe na makasa so mencha MPP manyi na menka nche omo se omo sheden o si ade yo MPP amayoku no obi e dine na se dine mu ania no chike fi bi ti ma to se je wa se o le sheden ya na so ta na ya
Daddy boat, Pacho bebe wa huma no bebe auja no jaye na okasa de twasi ntini papa wa jaye. Why?
Yo, so de mu ye.
Pacho mu ye manko Daddy boat mu ye pa.
Yo wan say na wo stu ya opotra nchen no wa mo abre pa. U chale sokura on beze obeka so.
So oh nipa. So how be?
Eso no agawaka wano atu de nende o do de ni party sa amako e say NDC for no eni ni nchen dia enye e woni nchen dia eye sa na opu akoye e fa bi nyesede o say nsema ye ka nyina NDC ni ba wan kamu pa akokro de ni na ni number bi ka atogiro mi housing project ya
Oh, that the boat line no akati. Pacho no man no 3255. Una do so 3255. Pacho wani. Hello?
Kalusha oluma post la ni.
Oluma maniko.
Yo kaluma mentia o na mentia manucho ne minia opo na otuo. Aventia mo se mabo adwuma analysis no emu da hoye pa mamentia Mr. Danso of Dan Auto Repairs the godfather baby obi a Mr. Allah se ombo no ba na adwuma enkoso Danso na chama kojo ago incoming North America NDC chairman inshallah obedi nkunu baby obi ano mamentia no ne na adwuma efo nyina Kalusha unse Kadibi say you leave the stage when the applause are high. I think say you pay you for the baby or I na semi you 2 million with the pa. Say abra question and teach assemble no. Before sa number 12 no beba no. And same ya na question and teach ki kane ade akonwan de age so no pa no de beto e no de to so woni nipa e so ba ne ade ki ka san sem we nyina ne vice so be challenge no wasake no edru baby no afa na wuti akonwa no so na wuniment na so and edru baby no yanyi we free football bi dia yo football bia no akwasi antach ya bando for 10 good years but time na ye kanu na omo Ghana for kasa won free suna wo sare so bokwa enka nas na ma 12 kwa ebia na nka amba but ya number 12 no ba na we anim guase a eto no ebi na eto chance dubu ahi no ebi na yenia ya ofa kino Ghana for nyina ese wadwuma ye nso ani minority for kasa minority for crowd en komo crowd omo ka ebi ebe kasa omo ye opposition party nemo wow party 137 MPs or more parliament or more majority side, majority group plus one, Omunina say a finance minister and another young panel, or man kind of cook, or man press conference. Papa is still, dear pan, one person will be flat with Nanaso. It will be so 10 maybe.
Oh, my so line, Daddy boat. 035 0530 mpacho rapo yi na menko bi fofo so ai wala ni katie rapo. Hello daddy boat. Hello. Pacho anti menka no my 3909 no. Pacho ko why?
Yeah, na rapo man na ni.
Na ko.
Yeah, William amena ma say na me mo juma pa. Say what they find. Mo juma pa na asoma me kenyina na say ya tutu ne maye kino for ya tane na busia for. Yemfa party na yemfa Ghana and so so mo take am for. Ti ne bo mo sise ni breaking the heat na ye dia nyom to ya so no. Adia si akofom ya juma yi. Ba ko slogan bi ene ni pe bi eye ne ma bi ansem pata. You have the man to say the American. Omo mre crop so we of parties. Musa Zeke omo ne no di ese partner adia. Omo crop position and ya ko election to buy election me ya bro omo a. Support you ba ko omo tutu ne ma yi. Che ka so weti. Ni ne ma na ekoso no. Wa amra di mu a udi a wonye ho. But adia say wa bre wa. Udi di a obaduru yi party. Ọmọ pẹ̀lú kọ́nẹ́nẹ́sì fún yìí ọ̀nà èrè sọ wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ̀mọ́ ọmọ abẹ́ kọ́nẹ́sì náà ọmọ mìíràn dá ọmọ kọ̀ violence dá ọmọ kọ̀ campaign dá ọmọ paper posters dá wọ́n kánábà ní wọ́n di yẹ̀fuyẹ̀fuyẹ̀fu ẹ̀sẹ̀ pàtì nìyí nọ ẹ̀bí ọ̀sọ̀ sẹ́ yẹ kẹ́mi bí sọ́mọ ẹ̀nà kọ́mẹ̀tì ní sọ yà pa ọ̀hún mi sọ́mọ sẹ́ ọ̀hún fáwọn ṣẹṣẹ ẹ̀pọ̀ ń wọ́pọ̀ mọ́ mọ́nù pé tó dó.
Nana bo ma person about you daddy boat trust class me we now we are na makoko do pokuso daddy boat ntete so pa
me da sia you line na ya shinti na katikate no one say to green ya tema na e kai housing project tambi ameme ka ena muso maka bibi emra nya juma wo krum wa free NDC MPP na so emra nya juma sawu prosecute party we ni a o say me party ko go we su kwa dia me party kaya ti kromo di o mai dia ye papa Colin Sauda ji sika chichiri dia anko esa o dia so bi mi house project we mu cha say mu dudu say na o ye o ye duru he sika no say na kai ye ma so an san chefo ma so ye o mai ja esa ko pa sembo blo papa na ko sika na di o ti ho te say ye see the be ma investor ya ye nyina ye ka say oh boy o di ni price na beto o di ni price ndi sa na ye o mai di mamfo ya dan ya na say e investor no ni dia ne ka wa be gbo no o ti so ni ma bi wo wa ya nya politics ni o ba bi o tu ba bi ya nya bet ni ma bi wo wa ye nyina ye dia e se ye nya abutre ni enka ni empire ya di empa mo ye ho ban crack na ina ye nya reshuffle na Ronaldo ena onyi pefuri aka wase wate oyamane mre ye sei on fix o mane maye wate nti ye mane mre no fix ye mo furi aka mre kakra bi onim de oye NDC so obi e hwe bi kura nka nya me ya to NDC o ye reshuffle anka mama brand se mudi ni di monim se mo side na babiu ko mo nka ye mama ka se ya le rotu no tenye sana mo nka ya nka se mo side mama ba ebe tribiem mo mo timi de ono ba na de otu so anema ya dia o se o hihye ya ma na mre no wo enzim na wo ta kini se on bi ni abeka so on sanity wo tu jina so se yan tuta no
daddy ba no swai daddy boss am tofa na amafo jina so ache
mate na mo so mo fa ye tam ya me ma de panche
daddy vote that's you kojo poku mahala so otibenka do so won kojo
Kingalu ya beda mazenu majuma pa mo ye bo ma konkro Ghana menchi ankoma manicho opona sna ba bibia wona bia nyankopon enka no wodi tinkonfo se omotia ni ye pa ma men kwa ni tawo no obi ntimi me because them say ye gina so aye ke ye gina so ate ye pa nanso ye be ni dan Ghana ho do eni Ghana se de be ya Ghana be pa ntuma pa frenti time e bre ni brebi ati wa gina so ate bia no nyankopon enka wakoma minya Kalusha Isadi na mimi ya kadisi sagbe me atama ya kan no me de ka me kwa dia ya mfama ankwankwa fo no isadi abai mu na omunye genti na ma me kaza kumasi dia eta ono more than 12 good years but ya koma obi ya di ma slate for no na be je dia wono ma ye affordable why you so 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 aka nwura mu no na Ghana for ye pa na plenty the man kwankwa for me na le omo ye na hono kwa ye fe na obi nya ba bi kwa atena na me de me kwa ma twene de anka me gidi za anka beboa Ghana na za edi asundue kwa den abadan sa edan be ka nwura mu eti za ban bi mai na so so wonya eti adan emuntu kwa na ye mo kakwa kuma ti je ze be ni party mu du won ma ko so mbo kania e ho kire bebrebe ama won ma efefe eti anu de Ghana for mo me nyina enyi ntuma asopam na uyampa ma obi na nipa no investor bi no mra meye na ne won mo no so so kwa no eto nkonkocha na me se ko me nsam so bi nu minya kalu se na na do dan kwa kufado aya na adwe ze aka ni 2 years na ni time aso enti de Ghana for mo kan de ope ana obeye de mo pe no de e wonya mamo ya te ye nka hwe na 2024 no de obe pa no mom no ana onsu ho because de na do dan kwa kufado ye o tenji ni pa bebre adwe free NPP party ni mo enye the party ni yempe but ye kasa on tie etete na enye na kwa ekosi because ni empanyfo ka say uyi unsam bebre am say ye boom etiaba kana na do dan kwa kufado adubu ahi de ba ye yawo wayi na di ofori atade ya kan empredo do na Ghana for aka eno de wobu waso eni egu aso ya lawyer tonkuma mi am peso aso MP say de no pokai oba pre abayi na wati ye mantem ya kokobra ya na no wati o onya abani wie na zise bibia bedi ne nsam no wakoto dan wasantaze so odu ha no watwam hwim ye wunu kra biem because we two in anya kwa akodi ne nsawe o se de Ghana for ye de ne ke epia na na do da kwa kufado o ye o na ye de ye se yanka no hwe papa na be ya na 2024 but ye break it 8 ne dia papa ne se na adwen na ye nyina nsa for support ma LPP nye sa dia 2024 ye be fa ho adwen minya kalu muni nya menya adwuma
ai kojo poku na motere kan kojo ye be na wasi pa kojo poku mahala na otie ne kan se ono so de na no di same eba no pacho wa no ma no 3995 on do so manko
pacho ko ho ye de ai conclusion ho ye de
ya be ho ye pa na so e
alhamdulillah in pacho Ibrahim ni
yo Ibrahim manko
yo nyamin kamo na nyamin shira muso mi cha America fo ni na mi na mi ju sama ba o no ma o muti anka na yenche yi adisan opo bebi a wo bia na minche Ghana ko nyina wo US na minche Ulman Force Line na na obon na na ojam minia conclusion ai MPP no se de defend o brigade 8 no de mudu mano na ka na nya de ebe ya juma because ade ya koso yi amambo ya unity Ghana ni bia team and the Ghana vote ya na kroma na omu tiama na wo ka kire mi zo wo bebrike etia na mi nimbe bia wo free ba because say ye ko gei ye mu nyina na ye ko ahukire na e fa ba bia na ahukire no na aya na mi nuanim ba na mo sei Kole Deuda ama fama ini sika ba jo akwanya na e se himpa bonza ama ino mirani te no kwepa te do muka na ye no kwea ya ge Kole Deuda ko mudi ko mram ai bi bo mun ninjina ko mun ni bibia ye akise preto ene ma mu hu ti o mu za no se se o mu so mu o the mind omo I have the mind na men na se se ai conclusion omo himba omo ayira bi mu ana mind se se agigei yesira omo kasa dodo amambo nye kasa se se bibia ye bisi basa o Ghana ye ku kire an kasa adai yakubon yesira se boni bi kura na yaya kwa boni chewate na we dey no exini o calculation mami ko no bi from brawa
okay da see pa we da see we pacho wa no man 3255 one do so 3255
ai kalusha me credit inside
yo all my maniko na bo to fa my na emre na emre
matina me ka se enti kinoporiata frisu a o se wo frisu na madu ankasa tafo no percent ewie what do you call it IMF deal before you be obesa come so chasadubwa and their buy so ka team na omone IMF for aging kita won I didn't know what no and I excellency the vice president ba omiadi wo won na wasake na enti stage no and high bedru baby no ben sa obe free stage no so abra wo kokra no unye wa den etini ye kasa sware anu asware excellency
We have the men, no. I don't think say Oporia tell you what will be anti-minye. And as I give me when I more can I mean that the boy say. At times Kalusha so be by allegation be now yeah. No much in I just come. But what I have to call in that to come in where we are. What say Emra to come in here the idea friends the contract one system. That contract one system to must stop you know Sagli when for the past 6 years. Muntiminye Jushamunwe, Aduma Omaya no Omadu Omaisika, Enya Mahama ni calling that the bottom Sika Naem. Aduma Nani Sibesinda, say, it's because of Jushamuna Moya in Timunye. Many of 4 years, actions idea way, last year, Bra calling that almost 20 pages answer where Monsieur Collins, one of the Busano so down. I know Mudemi no more. Everything that's answer me was say. And when there is some more evidence, people calling down that this cana, the Kabia Panacea, come up in numbers. So this is Kakura Panacea, and every argument there. The Kabia Panacea, and to when no one to me yet, not at almost last year. Because of that, you have money to Sagli Bueno, and now when the Muslim come private company, you are your Toboda form, your Towa, Yenina, you don't get a cost for money. Posterity will judge us, and posterity will never forgive MPP.
Medasipi, Ulma, and I work as I do. Pacho, well, no money 3348, no. When I do so, 3348. When I do so, Pacho Baninko, on a very last caller.
King Michel.
With your boss.
Pacho, Miss Chasam Cato. Now, I do go in here, you know. So, and yet the same thing. And see what do you call? I think 2018. Kufuor declare almost will be on your point.
I am the same thing. As I'm saying, exposition. The Chasbisumo, I'm saying, Semno. And now one more.